stay tuned. It is a big IPO, but it's not in the tech space, the healthcare name.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? So maybe that insulates it a little bit here. We're going to find out at least some point today. I can't say when. Now let's throw you guys over to Sharif and Joe. It is the midday. We're going to get some chicken fajitas or fajitas, as Peter Griffin would say. And hopefully they'll have salsa, because otherwise that's a big disappointment.
I think they will. All right, see you guys.
They didn't laugh.
Fajita, hey Joey? We're gonna get some fajitas.
Fajitas, I could eat that. I could go for that, man.
Boom! Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to the Midday Show. I like that. That's your boy Joey Options, and I'm Sharif. And I didn't load the chat, Joey. I knew there was going to be one thing that I dropped the ball on, but we'll do it right now. We'll do it live. Which one am I supposed to click? The one with 597 people watching. There we go.
That one.
As the chat migrates on over. All right, guys, let's see who's in the chat. Let's say hello to everybody. Buffalo Soldiers in the house. We got Dan Gale. I wanted some new names, guys. We got Jacques K. Jin, Brown Lighting. We got Mariu. Keep it simple for me. Shout out to Yannick. Miami Dragons in the house as well. Tilster. Yummy Thai Foods. Come on, guys. I want to see new names. If you haven't said hello, I want to see your name in today. We got Happy Coder. That's a new one. We got Freddie Fulcrum. I love that one. Shout out to Mr. Love Shack. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Rogelio Concepcion. We got Billy Hardy. Shout out to Breathe Tidal Wave, something like that. Oh, Ja. We got Suhal Ahmed and Blue Arrow. Shout out to Jess Perkins. Who else, man? Like Mike. I like that one. Shout out to Flormar Construct. Yeah, YouTube, come on, man. You got to return everybody's names back to the way they were. We got Noisy, 8687, Donkey Traders in the house. Shout out to Jeff, or Chef, I should say, Mahamatak. There we go. Victory Mindset, love the name. Green Day Dean. One more, Joey.
Okay.
Let's see who we're going to choose here. Mr. Janky Stock. Shout out to you. Loving the names, guys. Loving the energy. Good morning to everybody, and good morning to you, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning. I mean, we were green earlier in the day, and then we kept taking some stabs, guys, on Tesla, and they're not working. I'm looking at QuantumScape right now, but let's get involved. I just took a stop out here on APLD. This was the nice trade in this morning. We hit like a 2 or 3 to 1, and then sure enough, we get stopped out at the additional attempt right here. There goes QuantumScape. Oh, you dog. So yeah, a nice move there in QuantumScape to the top side. But let's get right into it. This was our trade here. You can see that 23.75. We were risking to about 55s there, so 20 cents worth of risk. We wait in before we take our first partial out for a 1-to-1, a little bit more than that, and then we piece it all the way out. We couldn't punch through the volume weighted average price with velocity or anything. There was no momentum really, so I started taking more and more out, and then eventually I was like, I don't like the PA. You reject the volume weighted average price, and then sure enough, you come right back. Oh, there goes QuantumScape, man. Oh, so frustrating. Okay, but that's all right. We can take another stab here on APLD. It's been tough trying to catch a bottom here this morning. We struck out on TSLL, so 3 attempts at bat, and it was identical to some of Katina Man's entries here. I was looking at those, so not too bad. We took attempt number 1 just below the volume weighted average price at an indecision. Again, risking just 10 cents. Boom, stopped out pretty quick within the same minute. Exact same thing happened here, and then it happened again after multiple indecision prints were being formed. So that's where we took the majority of our losses. QuantumScape, we took 1 in TQs as well. We were green on APLD, but we gave all of it back here trying to find a potential bottom. And there goes QuantumScape hitting targets as we speak, guys. I mean, it is what it is, Sharif. I wanted to get in at 11.10 and risk to 11s, so that would have been a 1-to-1 right there, but that's what-if history, my friend. This is what we're looking at here on the day. Netflix was trading pretty good here this morning, and then also a couple of the other names starting to give a lot of its move back. Google forming that bottom, bouncing right off of it, consolidating, holding up this level, and then now starting to grind a little bit higher. But QuantumScape, there that one goes, brother.
All right, man. There is some decent small cap gappers moving today. Let's get to them. I'm going to bring in the side chart. I'm in a position. I know it doesn't show on the position board. I just worked my way into RXRX. Look, it's not the biggest percentage winner on the day. It's up 17 1/3, looking to go 17 1/2. I like the chart pattern. That's why we're involved. We'll get to that specific one in a second. But let's get to the black charts over here. Top left of your screen. IMG SRC. Anybody who knows HTML knows what I'm talking about there. No, but IMG, look, $1.70 high, dropping down now, multiple lower highs into the volume weighted average price. It does look like this one could be a flat bottom break candidate. Once, twice, Obi, he is the one thrice. And this one, the current candle we're on, 11.05 right now, looking like it might want to drop down below that $1.50. It's been defending that $1.50 all the while, but it has been putting in lower highs. Be on the lookout here for a big drop on IMG. iRobot, this one trying to emerge from the dead. Yes, this one is coming back after that big drop on Monday. After that, we closed 450 on Friday, and when all is said and done on Monday morning, we opened up south of $1 because they may not be in business for that long, thanks to Lena Khan and her wrath. Not allowing this company to merge with Amazon. Anyway, now they're trying to hold on for dear life. Today, getting a bit of a balance here. It feels like, you know, just being traded rather than any sort of investment velocity. But they've got the volume weighted average price here at around 94 pennies. IRBT lower highs. It's not my favorite, but we're going to keep it on there. DDL. This one, several bull flags. First, 9:30, we rock it up, consolidate for about 15 minutes. 9:50, we rock it up, consolidate for 25 minutes. 10:35, we rock it up, and now we're not consolidating. We are actually putting in lower highs, so it looks, to take Obi's term, distinctly different than the previous areas of consolidation. Alas, though, we have gotten 3 bull flags, so you can't really complain about that. 275, the 10 EMA, 265 VWAP, volume weighted average price. This one doesn't look that bad. IOVA as well, looking real good here. Breakout right at 9:30. Did bupkis in the pre 257 high, comes back in to the 2 mid-40s at the VWAP, and now we are holding and we're putting in some higher highs, taking out the $0.50 IOVA. Not a big percentage winner again, only 12 and change here, but a good looking chart pattern nonetheless. NFE, 16 2/3, very similar to IOVA. You get that big boy rocket up, drops back down, kind of loses VWAP for a little bit, but quick to regain it, and now we're only a couple of shekels off the highs. NFE, the ticker. RXRX, the one I'm dancing with right now. We're a little in the money, a little out of the money. I'll get to that one in a second. VELO, this is a holdover from not yesterday, a few days ago. Let's say last week on the 11th. In any event, a couple of stair steps up. It looks like it is respecting general areas of support and resistance. Case in point, that 9:30 price spike up takes us up to 1045, 1040, and look at what we've been doing at that 1040, 1045 area. We've been using it as support essentially since the breakout at 955. So VELO in focus. Last but not least here, Joey, YCBD. This one's been a holdover for a few days. We looked at this on the 12th. We looked at it yesterday on the 16th, and here we are on the 17th looking at it again. 246 high. Look, VWAP here is not an area of support or resistance, at least not that I can gauge. It feels more like a line of best fit. If that is going to be the case, then I will not base my trades on VWAP or whatever other indicator that I typically do, which is usually the 10 EMA. So if we trade YCBD, it will probably be with a bit of a different approach, given that, you know, the moving averages and the indicators here not really meaning too much. So that's the look. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with the position board, Assassino, but it's a little grouchy today. And we got a beak wetter up here on RXRX into the pop. We still haven't built the full position, looking to defend into 80 pennies. I gauge 80 pennies as the area of support. And if that's going to be the case, then we're going to weasel in some more shares here. Joey, what's your look?
Yeah, I'm just going over kind of some of the IPOs here today. There's a couple of them. MDLN, Sharif's kind of, he's like, hey man, you taking this? And I'm like, nah, but then everybody else is. So then you get the FOMO feeling. So I'll hop in it. We'll set up those orders here momentarily just in case. What's up there, Fabian?
Fabian. Yeah, no, I never blame you guys.
Yeah, I'm blaming them. It's all that.
You're in a good mood today, Joey.
No, I'm obviously sarcastic.
Okay.
No, obviously joking, guys. But yeah, there goes Tesla. You're starting to get a little bit of rebound here off of that 476 level. You're getting a pop back up into 480s, which is pretty good. APLD about to tap into 1130s, which is a pretty good one there. 1129 is the ask. But now, as for the top performing sectors, guys, we're going to hop into this nice and early because I'm sitting on my hands right now. I was green earlier in the day, and then we gave about 60% of our shutdown away, just trying to grab these bottoms on Tesla and the TQs, which didn't really work. But anyways, aside from that, we got plenty of opportunities left here on the day. Energy sector, 1.16%, guys. In the early hours of this session, real estate as well too. You're up about 0.6. Consumer staples 0.52, and then the financials holding up half decently, guys, 0.36%. As for the bottom three, you got the utilities 0.67%, industrials down 0.75, and then you have the tech sector. It's either the best performing or the weakest. You're down 1.3% as the market is continuing to slide here. You get a little bit of a breath in the TQs and in the SPY, but now it looks like this just might be an ABCD pattern, and you head back towards those lows. So keep an eye out on that, guys. Adara, what do you have for us?
But now here in GOGL, Google announcing expanding its Gemini 3 model family with the Gemini 3 Flash, posting this on a blog. Furthermore, Google CEO Sundar Pichai saying that Gemini 3 Flash is the company's latest model with frontier intelligence, built for lightning speed, and also pushing the Pareto frontier of performance and efficiency. So again, Gemini Flash drop here is part of the Gemini 3 model family. Back to you.
All right. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna set up this limit on open here momentarily and see what we got going on.
I like it.
Yeah, it may as well.
Okay.
See if we can get
Looking
that order
for violence.
in. Top at 32.50 right now, guys. What was the highest you've seen it today?
The boys would know that.
32.50 being the highest?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, yeah, we like that 110%. So we'll keep our eyes out on this one and see what we got going on. If that continues to increase, maybe increase the share size a little bit as well, too. Other than that, you can see that APLD starting to come back in. QuantumScape as well, too. Tesla just putting in a new low of the day as you get that small breath, and now you're trading around 477. So no continuation from yesterday's strong price action. Slightly frustrating, but it is what it is, man. I had that hunch, Sharif. You hit the all-time highs, and then you typically take that a little bit of a breath and profit taking after that back. So yeah, I think that's kind of the deal. Yeah. Watch out for it tomorrow. It can most definitely rebound. For sure.
And if we start seeing more of these videos, especially like the videos we see are coming out of Austin, I personally haven't seen anybody posting from out of California. We start seeing out of California, we might even get a little bit more bullish. Of course, what we are talking about are Model Ys driving themselves, no safety driver, no passengers being recorded on the streets of Austin, and that has the street speculating that maybe, you know, a number of things. One, that you could get a robo-taxi rollout en masse a little bit earlier than we assumed. And what everybody wants, what I want specifically, is that over-the-air software update for, I'm assuming version of hardware 4 and onwards, probably not hardware 3, for actually unsupervised FSD. I think we probably get the robo-taxi before we get that, but that has people thinking maybe it's a little bit closer than what we had assumed. Obviously, we're just speculating at this point, but the money is made by educated, calculated assumptions and guesses based on rational inferences, not waiting for the news to come out and then punching in. That's not really, I don't think that that's my style anyway. I don't think that's really how the big money's made. In any event, DDL, we just worked into this one. Trying to hold here at 275. The 10 EMAs just moved up a little bit into 277. So maybe I have to adjust my dip trade a little bit. So I'm going to keep my eye on DDL. Secondly, RXRX, still holding trend, but I have to be alive now to the lower highs. So it was a high of 501, and then we bounced off VWAP at around 479, popped into 495, and that 495 is that lower high. So we haven't lost trend yet, but I need to be alive to that. So keeping a close eye here on RXRX. So we still have a DCA to defend into that 80 penny level because I gauge 80. 480, of course, as that level of support, being VWAP, being the area that it rejected off initially, being the area that it defended off. So I like that 80 penny level. We're going to keep an eye out on that. But you guys brought me this one. I didn't have eyes on TGL. Shout out to Fluffy Hippo, and shout out to some others who also mentioned this one to me.
Fluff?
Yeah, Fluffsters. 878 high, and then as quickly as it got into 878, as quickly as it almost gave everything back from the breakout. The breakout I see there around 750 alas, we are losing 750 in a hurry. We're down now below the 10 and below VWAP into 7 1/3. And the deal with this one is the spread sucks. It's 14 pennies at the right now. I've seen it wider. There it is, 24 pennies. So you're gonna really have to be careful here with TGL if you're gonna size in. You're gonna trade this as a small cap gapper. You're gonna find yourself maybe on the wrong end of some entries. So keep your eye out on that. But I'm very interested in punching into IOVA. Even though this is not the biggest mover on the day, 11 2/3, it does seem to be putting in a nice looking trend over here, better than some others. So we're punching in at the $0.50, and we're going to defend into VWAP. VWAP is only about 7 pennies south of where we just punched in at 245. So the deal is we're going to go ahead here, try to front run the size at 245 by waiting at 7s. And then if it loses 245, it loses me as a trader. Ooh. Simple as that. Now let's put some profit takers maybe at 55, and then we'll layer into 58. 58, of course, will be a new high of day if it is to trigger. So we're in 3 trades at the moment right now and looking to possibly work into a third. DDL, we're still holding up here. And this one's volume is dropping off for whatever reason. 4.5 million shares, but the volume's really started drying up as of late. And then RXRX still holding trend, Joey, keeping my eye on this one. All right, shout out to Bria Powers. Thank you for joining, Bria.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining. Yeah, let's see if we can get this to work there. Bang, just like that, 21.70. You see, we're out at the low of the day, 10 cents worth of risk on this one. I went half size on here, so I can give it 20 cents, but I truly don't want to hold on to it if it's going to continue to bleed. There's so many indecision prints being formed, and they're just rejecting and continuously selling. So we'll keep the stop relatively tight, and then I'm going to have to sit on my hands a little bit to see if this trade doesn't work out. And wait for this IPO. So it's going to go one way or the other. So we'll be patient. We'll see if we can get this one to work for us. Primary target, we're in at 70s. Let's see if we can diamond hands this and hold this one to 21.90 here on TSLL, brother.
Oh, you got the diamond hands.
Yeah, there we go, man. Diamond hands. Boom,
I just love how there's a whole bunch of condensed carbon coming out of the Katina man's hands there. I love it. You got
hit it one more time for us.
There it is, my man.
There you go, bang. Diamond
Katina man, when's the beard coming back, brother? There it is. I never noticed the monkey had diamond hands. That's crazy. Hold on.
Crazy, man.
Do I have that too? He does. How am I just noticing this now?
All the diamonds.
Oh my God.
You need Diamond, hold on, Diamond Dallas Page. Shout out to DDP over
man.
there, guys.
I like that
We'll
guy,
hit this
Joey.
one there for Diamond Dallas.
Yeah, that's not the right.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, man, that's the only one we got, really. I was thinking about getting the you suck. And then we can do that one for
Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
We're talking about Kurt.
We get the Kurt Angle going. Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah, and then we just hit it with a ticker. Yeah, we can hit that
man,
for
that's
Tesla
good.
today.
And there was one Raw episode where he refused to wrestle until the crowd stopped yelling, "You suck," and obviously they didn't.
Yeah.
So he kept losing his
Kurt
shit.
Angle. One of my favorites, to be honest with you. Everybody didn't like Kurt Angle, but I like Kurt Angle.
And a real athlete, like a real athlete.
Like a legit gold medal, man. Yeah. Broke his neck too while he was doing it.
Joey, I just want to
go ahead.
I don't want to punch out, but I want to point out RZLT. Thank you guys for pointing this one out. You guys are the best. RZLT really taking off at around 2 o'clock yesterday. Nice breakout right as the afternoon started getting as we were in the afternoon show. Anyway, this one popped off about 25% there in the afternoon, continuing today 222 high, holding yesterday's lows, clearing yesterday's highs. It's a 222 high, showing me 219 right now on RZLT. We're going to possibly work into this one as well if it is warranted. Going to keep a close eye on that. But we're in 3 trades at the moment, and quite frankly, none of them are doing anything. We're neither in the money nor out of the money on all 3. So I don't know what is going on today, but the small caps are moving slow, and that's not usually their thing, right? Usually these small caps are fast movers. Anyway, let's load up RZLT on a trading screen. So should we want to punch in, we'll be ready to do so. So I don't really have any levels right now that I like on RZLT. All I see are higher lows and higher highs. The only thing that I can really gauge is that 210 area, and the 210 area is just the 10 exponential on the 5. So here's what I'm going to do. Get it, Katina, man. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait here at, let's just go 214, kind of a random area, but I'm trying to front run the 10 EMA, and I'm going to keep my eye on that. So RZLT dip trade there. Nick Diaz, Sharif, have you seen Training Day? I saw it back in the day with Denzel. I was watching it last night, and the dude named Smiley reminded me of dude was badass. Dude, you're not the first person to say that. I think maybe like the fourth or fifth.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to Smiley. He's a sinister guy. I'm not as sinister as Smiley, but yes, I have been given that comparison before. I appreciate you, Nick Diaz. Funny guy. YCBD going says dropped systems. I've got YCBD on the bottom right of your screen there, guys. It is going. This one's going to be a lot harder for me to trade because it's not respecting technical levels, especially my moving averages or the 10 EMA. In any event, we're going to keep an eye here on YCBD. But yeah, taking out 230, trying to continue there, Joey.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. We got a little bit out. We held it to a 1-to-1 right there at 2180s, and then it comes right back against us. So we got stopped out there. Other than that, we weren't risking too much, and then we get out. We only had about 20% out or so. Now I'm looking at Netflix. I'm trading I shouldn't say quite a bit of names here, but there's going to be some good opportunities here, I think, especially if this candle holds up. It looks like it's going to. Why? Because now we have this indecision print formed at the lows, and now we're starting to form an additional one before that break. So there could be an additional entry right there. Say additional one more time. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That was a small scalp, but just gives us a little bit more breathing room, and that's what we want. I was thinking about taking it all out of 1-to-1 just because the narrative obviously seems that it's to the downside. So I'll keep my eyes out on Netflix as well here. Let me pull it up for you guys and see what we got going on. So Netflix forming some indecision prints off of those lows. Dude, oh no! Oh.
What happened?
Oh man, I got one of the, how do you get it back again?
Shake it.
Shake like this, right?
Shake that body for me, baby.
No, it's not doing it.
Joey, let it go and try again, brother.
Oh,
try a different one. Open up Explore or something like that. Open it, yeah. And then do that. Try shaking that
I'm
one,
gonna just
Joe.
have to open up everything. Oh, we lost another one there. All right.
Another one. That's crazy.
All right.
Let me take over.
I'll say, yeah, go ahead.
Let me take over. All right. Joey Options is going to get his screen back, and we'll send it to him as soon as he's back. RX starting to curl here, coming into 90. I've got a profit taker waiting at 92, and then we're waiting at 97s. But it's not immediately clear whether RX is going to continue trend or what its situation is. It's up only less than 16.5%. Did I get the fill on RZLT? The answer to that is no. It dipped into 17. I am waiting at 14. It doesn't look as if maybe it's coming down. This current candle has a higher low. So on RZLT, current candle low 16, prior candle low 14. So I think I'm waiting at the wrong area, because if I'm waiting for the previous candle low to get tested, well, that might not be the right idea. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm entering here, and we're gonna, and look at, as soon as I came to hit the key, it got away from me, unreal. So we're gonna give it to prior bar low, that's 14, so we're gonna go to 14, and we're not even gonna give it to 13, so we're gonna let that one run. So now we're in 4 trades. Let's see if they run. We're gonna keep an eye on all of them. I gotta throw in some stops for DDL. And I believe the other one, this RZLT. So let me go, I already threw that one in. Good. How's DDL doing? Still holding 80. RX coming up to a possible profit taker over here into 92s. Looking okay. How's my IOV trade doing? It looked a lot better on the other screen. Okay, not bad, but they're slow movers, but the trend is still holding. It's holding on RX. It's holding on IOVA. And, sorry, DDL, generally, yes, and then RZLT, we're really going to have to wait to find out. As always, though, guys, if there are any small cap gappers that you have eyes on that I haven't mentioned, please tag myself or Joseph. And if they're the right ones for us, we'll trade them, obviously. If they're not, then we won't. Joey, what's that ticker again? For the IPO MNDL?
MDLN.
MDLN. Okay, so we're going to throw in, guys, the IPO on the last screen. So currently we're seeing a top of $33. I think that is the highest that we've seen on the day. And what we're going to do when we get back from Madeira is we're actually going to look at the imbalance locator, because we want to make educated guesses on whether there's outsized demand on this and whether or not we should be getting in. So we're going to go to Madeira and then we'll look at that.
Speaking of Medline, here's a fact sheet on this IPO. So just kind of a look at what to know, what competitors are in this space for Medline, and the details about its actual offering and price. So again, you can check this out here for MDLN on X at TTV Research. Back to you.
Look, guys, this is what I was talking about when we seen that additional indecision print on this pullback, and it didn't construct the low. So I wish I held on to this a little bit longer, but it is what it is. We got out. We took a little bit off there, and then you have this hammer candle. I told you, the details are extremely important here in some of these prints. You have this candle here. We get involved at 70s, and then you form that other one, this additional one right off of this pullback, and then now you get that nice pump to the top side. And Netflix is going as well. So missed a couple entries. But I'm ready to. I think I'm gonna put this in here, Sharif.
What are you gonna do,
what's your
Joey?
limit price? You're gonna fire?
I haven't done it yet. So Joey, I want to watch as I remember. Like we want to keep an eye. Here, let's do it right now.
32.90.
Let's do this right now. So we're gonna switch the imbalance locator to the NQ. Let's take off New York and put Nasdaq. Apply. Okay. And then we want to pair by size. I'm assuming. No, it's not showing up, so we'll do paired volume. There it is, number one. Buy side imbalance of 2,000 shares, 1,800 shares. That's not cutting it for me.
No, it's not cutting it.
Not at all. But the Katina man gave me a very interesting trick last time we had the IPO. He's like, look, if you have, size, the paired volume, or sorry, the size left there, and it's huge, what you're looking for is the number to start dropping down and down. That's how you know we're getting closer to the open, right? Because what's happening behind the scenes right now are people are sending orders, like Joey just talked about, limit on open, market on open, and then some people are also sending sell on open, and basically they're looking to short it. So what you're getting here is the exchange pairing buy and sell orders together until they feel they have a close enough equilibrium between the two, and then they go to market. So that's kind of what's happening behind the scenes, and that's why we're looking for that size to drop. The size just skyrocketed to 440,000 by 565,000. 600,000. It was just single digits, dude. It was 1,000 something. So this one's really going. The tap still showing 32.51. We've seen it higher, of course. We've seen it 33. So those are the two things. Look at that. Joey just dropped to 39.
Whoa.
So that's what the exchange is doing. Pairing buy orders with sell orders behind the scenes. And when they feel they've done a good enough job about that, they send it to market. So that's
the
what
tap
we're keeping
is dropping a little bit too at 32.68. So yeah. There it is, guys.
There it
That's
is.
a nice little bounce. Same with Netflix here. So across the board, someone in the chat. So Johnny Just Be Trading. He asked me if I trade on the 5, 15, and 3-minute only trading. I think 1 minute is just misleading. I know Neil likes to trade on the 3-minute. Everybody has their own time frames that they like to use. I think it's just really important to note that when you are trading on the 1 minute, it's live and die by it, in my opinion. It's extremely detailed, and I talk about the detail within price action is extremely important, and I run off of that. It takes some time to learn. You're going to get chopped up quite a bit, especially if you're not familiar with it, but the more comfortable you get, then sure enough, you'll be able to figure some things out. Obviously, some prints are going to be a little misleading, but that's just how it works. I mean, it's no coincidence that it's like, okay, I see this here, boom, we look to take a trade off of that. We look to take a trade right here, and a trade right here, and a trade right there. So, yeah, Sean uses the 1 minute, I'm sure, and you use the 1 minute as well, too.
I use the 5
and
mostly.
And
the 1, yes.
Yeah.
I put the 1 for everybody on the screen, but all my black charts will always be 5.
Okay, I'm same. I'll fluctuate them a little bit, but yeah, just be prepared, man, because you will get chopped up a lot until you have the ability and get more comfortable with reading with what's going on there.
Shout out to One Gold Tooth Diz. I like that name. I appreciate you. Jal Press, Joe, Sharif. I prefer to use the 1, 5, and 15. I don't mind that at all, actually. I don't mind that at all. I think that the 15 definitely has value. Look, I'm a little suspect of the 1. I just like the 1 because you can see, the micro time frame, but I'm never really charting and basing anything off the 1. So all my moving averages that I base my trades on are all based on 5-minute moving averages. VWAP, thankfully, doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. It's the same on all time frames, but I definitely like 15. I definitely think there's value there. I know Obi uses it a lot as well. All right, we got the first print now on RZLT as this one just took out high day into the $0.25 goes. We are in fact waiting at the $0.25, but nothing doing as it did not cross quite yet. So keeping an eye there. Ozan, I chart from the 4th, from 4 hour to 1 hour and last 15. Yeah, I don't mind that at all, but I think you trade different things though. You're on the large cap, so I definitely, I could see that, certainly. And all the levels that I put in the morning note are all based on 15-minute charts. So another reason I like the 15. All right, DDL, did we get print? No, we didn't get anything at 75. Prior candle dipped into 76. It didn't come into 75. I was trying to get more here on DDL. RXRX, I don't know how I feel about this one, man. It's still putting in lower highs. And IOVA, let's just take a quick look there. Still holding trend, but definitely getting some selling in the mid-50s. We're going to pause for a second, and we're going to shout out SP Williams, 48, for the super chat, but we're going to go to Adair.
What's up, SP?
Let's take a look here at HUT 8 to start this crypto segment. HUT, this one certainly on watch list. You can see big gap to the upside, announcing a $7 billion deal here to lease a data center in Louisiana. That's a 15-year lease. Also announcing some tie-ups with some other groups as well. Now, why this is significant is because it's part of this trend we've talked about for a while now with BTC miners pivoting towards AI infrastructure. It's an interesting look here. Wondering what the next miner is going to be to announce this type of pivot. Let's take a look here as well, though, at Bitcoin, because BTC, this is that 15-minute chart here, guys. Pretty interesting look. We go as high here at around 10 a.m. as that 90,400 level. This has been a bit of an area of resistance going back to Saturday. We made slightly lower highs around this area on Sunday, so this is a significant level. Then we push all the way back, and as of right now, trying to find support around these lows from early this morning, around 86,000. So lots of volatility and pretty wild ranges here on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the daily chart. To zoom out a bit, as you can see here on the daily chart, same kind of look. Now, support for the last 2 days prior to today was held at 85,000. So if we continue to push lower, that could be a level to watch out for. Let's take a look here at Ethereum. Ethereum on the daily chart, once again, a little bit of a branch here between what we're seeing with Bitcoin and what we're seeing here with ETH. ETH made a little bit of a local high here back last Wednesday, so a week from today, around 3,400. Now, though, back here as low as 2,800. So Ethereum a little bit weaker here than Bitcoin. But then again, Bitcoin hasn't retested 85,000 today yet. Back to you. And we're going to take a moment to thank our friends at AIML. So thank you very much to AIML Innovations, because your heart will beat 100,000 times today. Every beat is a data point. AIML Innovations, trading on the CSE as AIML and the OTCQB as AIMLF, turns that data into potentially life-saving insights with max yield. An AI engine that filters noise, labels each heartbeat with lab-grade precision, and shrinks ECG analysis from days to minutes. Their mission? To revolutionize how heart disease is detected, monitored, and prevented. Learn more at AIML.health and follow AIML_Innova on X. Back to you.
Yeah, me and your boy Joey Options, we're talking a little strategy over here about what we're gonna do with this IPO.
I mean, yo, it's either it's literally that. Like we're just like, hey man, let's just do it and see if we can party a little bit. Obviously joking. Yeah, but I mean, what a disaster. Me and MF Dangerous and I don't know, I know you guys, the Americans, don't think that's correct or something like that, but that's how we were taught. It's unfortunate, man. This was a strong run here in the morning, all the way up to 51.26 in Bitcoin. And then essentially, like, look at all these prints that it's blowing past on the 1 minute. See you later, see you later, see you later. So you're starting to find somewhat of a bottom maybe here, but the momentum is most definitely to the downside, and it's unfortunate that it's not performing good whatsoever. I do think we're going to see some lower prices here in Bitcoin. Let's head over to the daily on IBIT. What did I just do now?
What'd you do?
I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's head over to the daily. I think at this point, you can see this turtle shell type curl over, and I think we're going to break through that $46 level and head into whatever that would be, putting us in Bitcoin, and head to the high 70s in BTC. It's going to take some time for this thing to turn around, a new wave of participants to step in, Shree.
All right, let's shout out SP Williams 48, dropping 5 in the chat. Do appreciate that, SP. I'm just going to throw in a stop over here super quick. Oh, I think I already did. He asks, what do you think about NBY? Volume not high, but good Momo. Let's take a look at NBY for the OG SP Williams. Take a quick look, bring in the black charts. Thank you, Assassino, for putting that on there, my friend. NBY. That is Nova Bay Pharmaceuticals on the Amex. Oh, no. Oh, it's looking actually quite good over here. Look at this. Good continuation from the 5th. Nary a red day, only the 12th. And that was a candle of indecision, quite frankly. But it has done this before and given it all back. NBY, that's the daily. Let's flip to the 5. Okay, yeah, you're right. Not too much in the way of volume, but a good chart pattern nonetheless. If you're picking this up, I'm assuming you're looking at 332, 333 for a hold at the volume weighted average price. You did have selling at 40, and it was once, twice. OB, he is the one thrice, but you took it out. 45 now, area high, showing 40 right now. I'd be buying this up off VWAP. Try 40 now that you've cleared 40, but to me, it's not enough of a clearing. Try 40, but if you're looking for a deeper retracement, 333 to 332. Otherwise, look for a 40 hold. You got a candle of indecision prior to that. NBY up 7.91%. Thank you for pointing that one out. What's going on, Joe?
Just too slow on the trigger here, just typing things in. Let's see if we can catch this fill at 2180s here on, I'm going a little bit heavier than I should be. Yeah, oh,
Get him,
it's so
Assassino.
frustrating. I seen that coming.
Ram, eh? Of course.
Yeah.
If there's anybody mean,
yeah,
it has to be Ram.
There it goes. Yeah, 2190. I wanted to get in at 2180s. Oh yeah. All right, Sharif, I'm gonna send it over to you.
Of course, brother. Of course. Ram. Why am I not allowed to say that today? Because you were nice. Okay, can I tell them why? Is it on the? Yeah, it's on the YouTube. Okay. I was just making sure. I didn't know if it was live yet, Ram. All right, we're going to get to that one in a second. But new position alert, guys. I punched into NUAI, coming back down into 56s. I think I got 57s. Looking for a 60 print. I've layered the orders here. This is now, we're in 5 trades because they're not moving, man. There we go. Now we get a print on NUAI to the high side. Looking for continuation here, maybe a test of 68 high a day, 60. I'm going to probably post at 69, knowing not myself, but NUAI doing well. IOVA, it's okay. It's still holding trend. RZLT, we got a bit of a dip trade, looking for continuation back, as this one did dip into the 10 EMA on the 5, and I picked up some there. DDL, I think this is going to be the one I stop out on. I don't like it. DDL, I don't want to manage this one when I've had 5 others to manage, and this one crap in the bed. If it wants to come back down into 70, we'll have a different discussion with that one later. Okay? RXRX, kind of holding trend, man. I don't know how to feel about this one, quite frankly. Let me just add this onto the side chart, LT. There we go. Now it updates nicely. Good. Let's take a quick look now at some of the other ones we didn't cover. There we go. NUAI, another profit taker as that one pops into 62. Looking good. And MDLN, the IPO, showing me 33s. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye now on the IPO as we get a little bit closer to open time. Probably going to open around 1 o'clock or something like that. I want to mention IMG. IMG's curling back up, Ram. They're trying to take out the volume weighted average price, 155. It dropped below, volume weighted average price, 10 EMA as well, which is why I just kind of took it away. But that is the spike there at 920. It looks like it held that price action high at $1.40, and here we are trying to test $1.55 again. So interesting take there on IMG. How we doing on the others? Still nothing on IOVA. Okay, nice here. Looking for a print. There we go. Now we get it on RZLT as that one bottoming tails off 215 on the dot, which is the 10 EMA on the 5, popping back up into 20s, looking for 22s, 25s, 27s. Let's see what we get on this bad boy. How's IOVA? Because I'm really close to taking that one out, as this one does look like it's breaking trend. I don't like IOVA, man. It keeps a little above the $0.50, a little bit below the $0.50, kind of shadowing that 10 EMA on the 5. I don't know how to feel about this one, guys. What do you think about IOVA here? Up 11%, give or take, and it feels like this one might be coming back down. We're going to lose 2 pennies a share here if we flatten out. I mean, I'm going to defend this in a VWAP. And I'll take a larger position at VWAP so that we can maybe get a bounce back up into some area highs. So that's what I'm looking at there. And what are you looking at, Joe?
Yeah, same thing. All right, I'm just going to keep this order out here at 2180 here on Netflix to see if we can catch a fill. But that would have been a nice little trade, risk to 2170s, because you can see that a base is starting to be formed here right at that specific level. That's going to put us at approximately $475 and change on Tesla itself. So this is a 2X, don't forget that. And there it goes, yeah. So it's starting to get a little bit of strength, step right into it. So that's pretty good. I'm going to wait for this. I'm not going to chase it or anything along those lines. Netflix is definitely rebounding. I was looking at NVDA this morning, but just hasn't been performing very good. So I'm like, you know what, let's avoid this. And someone was asking me about it. I'm like, yeah, I just don't think the stock's overly in play like it was a couple months ago and for an extended period of time. We pull it up, and it's just blowing past a lot of signals. I think this is a pretty good one, but I think you have to be extremely patient. I was thinking, when we were forming this consolidation, I'm like, they're just trapping a lot of bulls thinking that we would get somewhat of a rebound. And then sure enough, boom, you take that additional leg lower, and that's not really a good time. And I was mentioning that I think we're going to see some lower prices in NVDA as well too, just from the daily and what we got going on with the print. So now we're at the lower end of this range, right? So we're running right into some key support levels. If you get an open up or anything that's negative from a catalyst standpoint, come in and against this, boom, watch it flush to a key level. And I think we can most definitely head into that 165, even a little bit lower. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this one. 153 could definitely be in the works. I think this could be a potential solid base. And then if you ask me, it's just continuously grab it, if you can. And if you're sitting on, these guys don't offer very much of a divvy, do they? But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's what I'm looking at. NVDA, we're posted up at 2180s here on NFL or TSLA. It's not really giving us the fill. We're getting a pullback in Netflix, going over the same names. APLD can't find a bottom either, which is unfortunate. But hey, it is what it is. If you head over to the daily, you can make a lot of sense on why it's not. It's important to correlate. Yeah, sick stuff. All right, that didn't work out very good for us. Let me pull this up. Yeah, and there goes Tesla up to 22. So not too bad there. APLD, let's get this daily rocking and rolling. And then you can see that we're heading towards the lower end of the range. A key neckline as well, guys. So keep an eye out on this level just in case it cracks. You did have a nice bounce off of that $19 mark all the way up to $34. That was 84%, just like that. But there goes Tesla off to the races, brother.
All right, good look, guys. Just talking to some of you guys in the chat. Look, RX, I flattened out IOVA. I don't like it. It lost the 10 EMA, not decisively, but you know, I just had way too many trades there for this one to be taking mental capacity. So look, if it wants to come back down, IOVA I'm talking about, into the volume weighted average price, we'll have a different discussion with that one. Now we're gonna just focus on the three, NUAI, RXRX, and RZLT, okay? So let's start with RXRX. This one's coming back up into 90. I still haven't got a DCA towards that 80 area, but we have added twice, initially, of course, at 90. Then this is why we're in the money at 85, looking to take out 90 right now. We'll see what this one does. I think RXRX a little bit better of a looker than IOVA. I could be wrong about that. This one's done about 37 million shares. Let's see if this one can pop back up and give 5. Another test there. Separately, how's NUAI doing? NUAI, we got a couple of beak wetters on that one, holding trend still, but having trouble clearing that 60 penny area. In fact, I was engaging 60 pennies as an area of resistance. It was 63, and I don't know why 63 is an important area, but you got a rejection, 1020, 1025, 1030, and then you got another one at 1110, all off that 363. So some sort of short seller or something is happening around that level. And the best print we got was 62s with that 64 print still unprinted. How is MDLN doing? 32.94. It's been basically from, as I've been watching it, between 32 3/4 to 33, a little above, you know, 32 3/4. But I personally haven't seen it above 33. Have you guys seen it above 33? This is the highest has been Katina Man, so he hasn't seen anything above a 33 print quite yet. We're gonna keep an eye on that, and as you know, we get a little bit closer to the likely open time. We never really know, but usually it's after 12 o'clock. We'll start looking at the paired volume a lot more on the imbalance locator. We got that all ready to go, so not a bad look there. How are we doing? RZ, LT. Still holding trend, but ever since that bottoming tail candle into the 10 EMA on the 5, it's been putting in lower highs. I mean, I don't know what is going on with these small cappers, but they are moving awfully slow today. There's just no velocity to the upside or the downside, so it is very much a quiet market in the world of small cap gappers. The funny thing is, they're not even giving up the ghost, so it's not like they're reverting back down and trapping longs. It's just they're doing nothing. So I don't know what the hell to think here, but you know, we're gonna have to just stay on point. Let's take some profit takers here from RXRX. We're gonna cancel that one right there since we took one close, and now we're gonna post at 94. Let's go ahead and post at 97. Then also we wanna post at 99s because $5 is that area of technical resistance. So RXRX continues to trend up. DDL, I got out of that, and I'm not really too upset about that one. We'll take a couple of penny loss, and then NUAI is the one that continues to trend up. There's 62 again on NUAI. It's the 63 area though that I've targeted for an area of resistance. I'd like to see what the tape and the book looks like if we get up into 63. Not quite yet though, as that seller at 62 is still keeping us a little bit down. The reason I want to see 63 is I just want to see if there's a hidden seller, right? As we get into that 63 penny area, I'll be able to see what's posted on the gateways versus what's coming in on the time and sales, and that's very important because that's how you make educated guesses as to whether or not there's an iceberg order, a hidden seller, relative to what's posted on the gateway and what's actually coming through on the time and sales. You can't hide your order on the time and sales, baby. You can only hide it on the book. Ozan. Ram. I think Sharif needs to do something. I don't know what that means, bro. Something thing?
Something thing.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is that from a song or something?
Do something. Oh, the stick. Assassino's already looking for it, bro. I can see him there. I can see him looking at the stream deck. There he is. There you go. You got the weird looking dude with the round head. Poking.
Yeah, what up? What is that even from, man? Like, where do we get this this guy from? Where did this guy come from? All right, no, there goes Netflix coming back in. Let's head over to our scanner, guys, and see what we got cooking up here on today's session and who is leading the way. You guessed it, in some of the larger names. It is going to be NVDA, TSLL starting to get a little bit of a pop. Now coming back in, not good whatsoever. You can see that coming back in within that range. Check of all trades. I don't even like TSL at 2212. That's all the way up here. That's so far from the low of the day. Unless you form somewhat of a base, I want to get it as close as I possibly can to that low of the day to increase my risk to reward ratio. And there goes Broadcom. Oh, 348 down to 323. Let's head over to the daily and see what we got going on. Oh no, that is not good. Right towards some support levels, guys. Identical price action patterns. I mean, there's a lot more chop in what we had going on in here with NVDA than we do in Broadcom, but you can see the similarities. And when you have multiple names kind of just correlating on that front, I think it's a good signal that say, hey, watch out for what's to come. And I think there's going to be some more downside. It may take a little bit of time for things to cool back up and to warm back up. But again, I wouldn't be overly fearful. It's good buying opportunities. If you have a little bit of cash, sit on that cash, sit on some of that dry powder, wait for these names to sell. We had a solid move all the way from April. Now we're starting to cool down a little bit, and I think it's good. You're seeing some profit taking from probably the larger participants, so why not put a little cash in your pocket and wait for some lower prices? And if it does decide to break out, well, guess what? I think buying the all-time highs is a pretty good strategy as well, too. It's been proven true.
Sounds good, Joey. Just taking a look over here. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do it live on Friday, my boy.
Where is it? What are you doing?
The AJ fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna check that one out. Kind of pumped about that.
I don't know.
Yo, where's
what
a
is
good
the cards?
area to go watch boxing these days? Like, is there a boxing specific bar?
Oh man, no, I don't know. I don't even know that
No,
life anymore, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I mean, obviously LV is okay. You can go there. I'm sure that Liberty Village.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll have it on at local. Or
I thought maybe
something
like a
that.
bar or something like that.
Yeah, but let's see what Real
boxing.
Sports is. But
Real
yeah, I don't know if
Sports?
they. Oh, there's this place I believe on Queen or College that is like it's all about like fight. It's like more of like a ruggedy bar, but they'll have all the fights on and stuff like that. Yeah,
On
they have a
College,
big Queen or College. I forget the name of it. But they have this massive poster that's like UFC every night, and I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah, okay. So then you know exactly.
So these guys are about to
All right, here's the deal. Someone yelling out IOVA nasty wick. That is a real wick. And I got out of it, man. I got out of it for a penny loss because I didn't like what I saw, man. Look, here's what I was involved in it for. Look at this. Double bottom off VWAP, then it rides trend. It basically has a magnetic attraction to the 10 EMA, and that all ends with this inverse hammer candle here, almost topping till-esque into 253, then all hell broke loose to the downside. In fact, that is a real print at 239. Probably stopped out everybody and their mother who had probably, you know, their stops maybe below the double bottom. Even this, I mean, if you were putting that 240 price spike up at 930 as your area stop, you got stopped out as that breached it as well. So IOVA, the bamboozlement is fast and furious. Be careful with this one. I got out of it, and I'm not looking back. I'm still looking, though, at your boy DDL over here. If this one wants to break trend and show me that it's going to start riding to the high side again rather than putting in umpteen amount of lower highs, and which has been the case now for an hour because that high was manifested at 1050, then we'll get involved. Otherwise, DDL is just going to be like more of these. TGL is the one that you guys are talking about, and this one doesn't look half bad. I mean, I don't personally like, pardon me?
Oh, okay, nothing. I thought I did.
I don't personally like that 878 pop and then a drop losing 7. That's $2, almost $2 there from the high all the way down to 692. So I don't like that. But what I can take from TGL is that when it makes an intraday high, it has a tendency, an affinity to retrace aggressively. So with that in mind, I can kind of plan my trade around that. Now, we do have lower highs right now into 830s, high 30s, it looks like maybe even 40, coming back down into VWAP, but VWAP here, not really an area of support. It feels and it looks like, based on the previous price action, it is the 20 EMA that's being respected by TGL, and that takes us about to 7.5. So TGL, to me, would be a dip trade into 7.5, but it does seem spready, so you're gonna have to be careful with that as well, as you can get caught off guard there. Keeping an eye here on MDNL, the new IPO. This is slated to be the biggest IPO of the year. Doesn't mean it's going to be the best. We're talking about biggest in terms of market cap or how much they've raised. I've got 3290 over here.
You know what I was thinking, Sharif?
Yes, sir.
And I don't want to kind of overanalyze the situation. I think there's an analysis paralysis. I think it's important to gauge the sentiment of the overall session as well, too. What do you think about that?
Sorry, for the IPO?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Of course. If it's a crappy negative day.
But I mean, in today's market as well, too, like the overall market, I think it's important to gauge.
You're talking about like the fact that we're off all-time highs?
That, we got NVDA down 4%, Broadcom, you mentioned, was down 5%,
Yeah.
the market's down a couple percentage points
I think
as
that's
well,
absolutely
too.
accurate, Joey.
Right?
I think you are accurate.
Right.
I don't think it's the only thing that I would look at, but I think it's part of the consideration. 100%
Yeah, I think
agree with you.
I think it has to be
100%
taken
agree.
into
yeah, it doesn't feel very strong today in the market. I mean, guys, SOXS, which is the inverse semiconductor ETF, is on my freaking scanner as a small cap gapper. It's obviously not. It's up 8.85% because the chips are getting decimated today. Broadcom is down over 5% as that one continues to bleed its own blood. And quite frankly, I mean, I hate to say this because there's probably people in the chat that have Broadcom in their long term, but I want to get into Broadcom because I've made that point very clear. I'm a big bull when it comes to custom silicon and ASICs, right? But we got to get it at the right price. And I didn't want to make the same mistake that I made on Meta, which was adding too aggressively, not waiting for the higher lows to start showing up on the daily. And you don't have any higher lows here, quite frankly, on AVGO. It's an all-time high into 424 and then bleeding its own blood. It's $100 off the high as we speak right now. It is a 424 all-time high. We're showing 324 right now. So I know Neil's probably looking at that 200 on the daily. I don't know if Neil's interested in punching in a Broadcom, but that typically is his move, to look for the 200 retracement, and that's showing me 300 on the dot. Now that's the exponential 200. The simple, a little bit lower in the 2 low 80s. So it's a general buy area, but again, not gonna put an order there to buy at 300. I will, in fact, be okay with getting a worse price so long as I see those higher lows start show up on the daily. I'm a big fan of Broadcom, but not at the moment. You know, not often, Joey, you get great companies on sale. So
No, and I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's a good buying opportunity. If you have to have the cash though. Right? I think it's just much easier said than done, right? If you've been sitting in something and you're still holding onto positions, it's obviously more difficult to buy it if you don't have any of that dry powder.
Joey, I want to read what Dave Geisler, I think I said that right. If I said it wrong, just correct me, Dave. You can always sell it. This is your world here, Joey.
Yeah.
Sharif, you can always sell a put at your level. I'm sure Joe knows what I'm talking about on adding AVGO to your long term. So what does he exactly mean? Explain this to me, Joe.
So what he's saying, he's talking about essentially a cash secured put. So you can sell a contract, a put contract. So it's essentially long at the strike price that you want. And if it doesn't, if the underlying doesn't reach that price by the time of expiration, then you just keep the premium you've collected. But if it hits that, then you'll get assigned 100 shares at that level.
And you have to take
you
the shares.
You gotta take it. Yeah.
I mean,
when you got assigned, you gotta take that.
Interesting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. There's no other option. So
hopefully we'll know a little bit more in the new year, my boy. We're starting biomechanics and options in the new year. That is going to be my resolution. We're going to start those books. And
there goes. I try to
Joey.
No, you don't need it. It doesn't even bother me whatsoever. I tried a long here at 50-20s, looking for this market to hold up, but Tesla taking an additional leg. I seen a couple of the names start to get a little bit of a pop, and I was like, okay, maybe we can participate here. It's a tight stop. It might be too tight for this market. It's awfully volatile, so we'll have to widen them, and then we'll have to be a little bit more active and wait for this IPO here to come into play. But you can see I'm just waiting at that specific level. If NVDA does decide that it wants to climb a little bit higher, then I think we'll be okay. But if that's not the case, if we don't get a bounce in some of these bigger names, then we might be in a little bit of trouble. Google continuing its move lower here. So yeah, we need these guys to participate in order for this trade to work, considering they're so heavily weighted and they have such a major influence on what the TQs are actually doing. So there it is. All right, we'll take that. Still slightly out of the money. It's best when it works right off the get. That's typically when your better setups do work. But there it is, slowly climbing higher. You can do it, ladies and gentlemen. NVDA getting a little bit of a bounce. There goes Google. We're trading the TQs. Let's pull up the mag. Let's get QuantumScape off of our chart. See what Microsoft is up to. Okay, you're starting to get a bounce. Ooh, rejecting right there. And then we're going to pull up Apple. What has Apple been up to? I haven't been talking. Oh.
Down almost 1%, bro.
Oh, dang. Yeah. And look at this 5-minute candle right here. Just pure momentum to the downside.
Ew.
This is waterfall price
blood.
action there, brother. Yeah, there's a lot of bleeding of the bloods here on this one. So AAPL, high of around 276, and now you're trading around 272. The market not wanting to find a breath. So it might be until 230 until we find somewhat of a rebound. I think that's typically when we do get those more aggressive and stronger bounces in the market. What are you giving me that look for?
You have a look at AEO, Joey?
I already owe you. I don't have to look at it. I already owe you the cash. You still haven't sent me your email. Here, you want to play a game?
No, what?
I
don't know.
You're
setting me up for
do you want to double or nothing?
Yeah, bro, you're not gonna con me.
I'm just asking. I'm not trying to
guy.
He's fantastic if it's double
Look, I'll give you credit, bro. You know how to make your money back pretty quick. You know how to lure him in, huh?
Yeah. Hey,
lure
man,
him in.
Double or nothing, man. Let me know.
Your friend AEO is knocking on the door of $28, Joey. 27.84 high.
Nice buy there.
It's gonna have to be a beak wetting time on that one because we're getting into those technical levels on AEO, right? That 26. The only reason Joseph and I were talking about $26 is because that was the range, right? We can show you in a second here, and that's why him and I actually talked about 26 because that was the range, and the range ended up coming in. Joey, you got a question here from I just want to Richards. The wheel strategy is truth. That was my first introduction into options, correct? Remember when we did that?
Yeah. When we went to the money show, it is. It is 110% the truth. It's a good thing. Obviously, a little bit longer duration, but hey, man, if you're in it for the long game, which the majority of us are, then that's definitely a strategy that you can deploy in or have in your back pocket as well too.
I'm already getting trolled there in the chat. Machiavelli 8869. I like you because you got 69.
He's saying you're scared.
Yeah, he's like, come on, scared money don't make money. Come on now, man. What is this guy? He's trying to lure me in. You got a lot of support there in the chat wanting me to lose my money.
I have a feeling, I have a strong hunch Katina Man would take the double or nothing. Let's ask the boys. Neil and Sean, would you guys take the double or nothing?
The Katina man's coming in hot, and he's got a smile
Are
on
you
his
taking
face,
the double
man.
or nothing?
All right, hold on.
Well, let's get it.
Katina
Let's
man's
do this.
coming in.
Yeah. Would you do the double?
First of all, Joe, me and you are 1-1. So if you have any other bets, I'm here. I'm down for double or nothing, triple or nothing, whatever you want to do.
Listen,
what bet did you have in mind with Sharif, first of all?
I haven't really thought of it.
Oh, you haven't really
yet,
thought of it,
but no, but Katina, man, I don't know how you and I are 1-1. Now, listen,
I won the Hulk Hogan thing.
No, let me
You
finish.
won
Stop.
You won when you voted for America,
Dude,
remember?
I literally left for 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh, bang, yeah, it's over after 500 votes. I'm like,
Yeah, it is over.
The poll's been open for 5 minutes.
We had 500 votes, and it was 55-45. I have the screen cap, my guy. All right, so what do you want to do then? I mean, I'm here for any kind of a bet.
I love Katina.
At all times. By the way, I'm long the TQs right now at $50. See, check this out, Joey.
What are you in at? I'm at 50-20.
Ooh, 50-15. Ha, I win. But no, yeah, we've been many times on this. Let's see if we can. Do you think it goes up here, Joe? I mean, I'm sitting here at 50-75s.
I got 40. I just took 40
Yeah,
right there.
I'm at 45 too.
I was risking 50 to 50-20s to 50-10, or sorry, 50, so 20 cents, and I take it at a 1-to-1 right there, a little bit off.
We're still, yeah, I like that. I just got 38, so I'm waiting for 44s, then 75s. But no, this MDLN, we're still waiting for that to open up. So. That's why we're just still here chilling out. Unfortunately, I wish I knew it was going to open at 1 o'clock.
The boys are here midday, man.
Yeah, I don't really like it when I'm here midday.
All right, guys, we just have to pause for a second. We have to send you up to Adira.
What a wild day here for the market. Ups, downs, and right now in this 15-minute chart on the SPY, we are consolidating near day's lows, though it looks like the SPY might be wanting to make a bit of a bottom here at that 673 level. Now, speaking of lows, we've talked about Oracle, ORCL. This one really has been attributed with leading this downside move. As of this morning, we had a report coming through from the Financial Times suggesting that they might have some issues financing one of their data center build-outs because talks with Blue Owl Capital have apparently stalled. Now, Oracle already addressed the report, but it is worth noting here, guys, ORCL apparently, as of its low of day today, it was down 50% from its high back in September. So super significant drawdown there for ORCL. And of course, Medline IPO in terms of what's coming forward here. Keep an eye on MTLN. $6.26 billion offering here for MDLN, competing with companies like Cardinal Health and McKesson in the supply space, and then companies like Stryker and Johnson & Johnson in the medical tech space. So certainly keep an eye on MDLN. Very likely to be traded on the desks of our traders here. And I do also want to mention as well, we're going to have Fed comments coming later today from Fed's boss in about half an hour at 12:30 p.m. And Trump set to appear at an event at 1:15 p.m. I believe it's on off of camera, sorry, but on camera at 9 p.m. He'll be giving an address to the nation. So certainly something to be aware of, potentially market moving always. Before we send you back to Sharif and Joe, we're going to take a moment to thank our friends at Origenics, because concussions demand fast solutions. NYSE-listed Origenics, OGEN, is developing one designed to reach the brain quickly and non-invasively. Learn more by scheduling a meeting today. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that. Also, President Trump slated to speak tonight, I believe at 9 o'clock, he said, in the White House. I don't really know what he's going to talk about, but he was, basically just saying there's a primetime address, whether it has something to do with the conflict in Europe or, as we saw today, of course, Venezuela. There's a reason why oil is up 1 3/4. It's still really low, $56, but it's up almost a buck. It's up 95 pennies, and that's as a result, of course, as the embargo goes up on the Venezuelan oil tankers. The world is watching to see how China is going to respond. China, the biggest buyer of Venezuelan oil, are they going to respect the American embargo, or are they not? Anyway, President Trump speaks tonight, so we could have more volatility tomorrow as we wake up and the markets react to what's being said. So lots to keep, our eye on. And yeah, never a dull moment in these markets, Joey, because quite frankly,
Venezuela already has issues with hyperinflation, though. See?
Venezuela?
Is it
I
Venezuela?
can't say that I know that or
It's
not.
either that
I have
or
no idea.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Quite honest with you.
Venezuela or Argentina.
I know Argentina did. That's a
Was
fact.
it? Was it?
Yeah,
Okay. Was it? Yeah,
100%.
so
I didn't know
that's
Venezuela
it.
was suffering
No,
from that, but I think you might be right.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those two. To be honest with you.
Hold
All
on,
right.
the IPO open? No, man.
Oh.
Wow,
Who said that?
Oh, a different one, Yannick. ANDG.
Yeah, that was the other one.
ANDG. Yeah, I have no idea about that one. Let's just take a look at ANDG for Yannick. ANDG. I'm assuming this is on the Nasdaq. It's not New York. Yeah, New York. ANDG open. It's done 2.3 million shares. It's showing 21 1/3. Let's take a look at the price action. The price opened up at $21. It dropped to 20, held 20 like a glove. High is 21.50. It's in the middle right there at 21 1/4. ANDG. I don't have any other information other than the ticker and what it's up on the day and the amount of shares that it's traded. The top showed 20.75, but as I see, this did open at almost $21. I think maybe 20.99, something like that. ANDG, another IPO. Thank you very much, Yannick, for pointing that out. Fluffsters.
Fluffy.
I appreciate you, Fluffsters. You're always kind. Unlike, your other friend Ram over there, who is, not very kind. Shout out to the Fluffsters. I appreciate you, Fluffsters. RZLT, I got stopped out of some of that, Joey, as we took off a little bit there. Look, RZLT, I'm going to defend in the 10 and 5, okay? This one does have a breakout level at $2.10, and then VWAP at 206, a little bit higher than 205, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on that one. RZLT took a little bit there to de-risk. RXRX, wow, man, I haven't seen a slow day like this in small cap gapper world in a hot minute. Typically, they're not slow like this. Usually, they give up the ghost, so they'll run and they'll just revert. The shorts will be in control. Nobody's in control, Joey.
Yeah, it's
what the hell is going on over here, man?
It's a tougher day with who's behind.
There's nothing happening, my man.
Today, who's behind the old screen there, but we're posted up at 50.10s. We got stopped out break even after that 1-to-1. It did pass our level right there, so we'll be patient and wait for it to come into play. Apple finding somewhat of a bottom, it seems like, so Apple bottom jeans there, that's positive. Microsoft starting to get a rebound, so that ship might have sailed at that 50.10 level, but I'll be patient. I'll keep that order out there just to see if we can get a fill or not. But the channel is still fully intact, and that downwards channel has definitely been it's really, really tight. I mean, how many trades on the TQs have I taken today? 2. Okay, so we get stopped at a 1, and then we get 1 to work for us. And we got such a small trade on Tesla that worked. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Wow, what a nice move there in the TQs. I go in half risk on this one just because we gave ourselves a little bit more breathing room. So I wanted to find a good quality opportunity. And it's really important to note, whether it happens today for me or not, is that I could just take multiple losses and then have one trade and then be back to flat if I hold it to the correct target. So 50-30s was the ideal one. You can see that we were risking 20 cents on here, and then we only take some off. I think it was like 30% off here at a 1-to-1, and we were leaving the rest for a runner. But we did eventually get stopped back out. So I'm going to do the exact same thing here. If it heads back towards the low of the day, that's going to be our out. That's why we're posted up at 50-10s, and then we'll hold it for 30s. We'll take a little bit off at a 2-to-1, and then we'll hold the rest if we're fortunate enough to catch a fill there. Microsoft getting a nice bounce. I think that can help drag the market up with it, guys.
Man, I see a possible flat bottom break on Broadcom. I don't even know why the hell I'm looking at Broadcom, but it just popped up. Look at this. This is bad, man. This is real bad. Look at the 5-minute here, Joey.
Yeah.
This is looking flat bottom break-esque through 322. It could be. It might be. We might find out if it is.
Is it?
AVGO cannot catch a bid if it's life dependent on it. Look at this. We always talk about that magnetic effect that the price has to the 10 EMA on the 5, at least in the world of small cap gappers. Well, it applies certainly here to Broadcom, as this one just cannot catch a bid. In fact, any of the pops are all rejecting off that the 10 EMA, and here comes 322. The blood is a drop in here on Broadcom. We could probably see 320 here. Sorry, Joey.
No, I was going to say, is it bleeding aggressively there?
It is, dude.
Yeah,
It's almost 5 2/3 now in the world of negative.
It's definitely holding the Nasdaq down, so you can see
holding the Nasdaq.
Yeah, 100%. So we caught that fill at 50.10. but it's not bouncing. And you've seen a couple of the other names. Apple was looking at a bounce, and then Microsoft as well too. So yeah, a lot of the big boys, the Trilly boys, are definitely weighing the market.
And
down.
you know what? You and I just talked about this the other day. That Lily quietly made a
Oh,
Trilly
yeah,
a little while ago, dropped
Yeah.
below a Trilly, reclaimed the Trilly. Nobody said a word.
No one
I
said
mean,
a
I
thing.
didn't know. I didn't even realize
Yeah.
Lily was over at Trilly. But I like Lily going into the next year, guys. There is a good
wow.
tip. Is Lily what? That's not accurate, Joey. It can't be. Lily's up 10. No, that's not. Before I even say anything, no, it's not. This thing is really. Look at this. Look what it says. Lily's up.
Yeah, right.
It's not. It's not at all.
Wow.
It's not up 10%, but my thing is really screwed up over here. It's telling me Lily's up 10% on the day, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, Broadcom continuing to bleed there, guys. I wanted to bring that to you. You know, I'm not going to really cover the large caps all that much, but it is a slow day today in small cap gapper world. So we're going to continue to trade RXRX so long as it holds above VWAP. We're going to continue to look at DDL, which I got back into because it broke trend. And we're looking at wetting the beak at 85, 88s, 90s. It's holding trend, so we're going to keep an eye out on that. RZLT, let's see if this one holds off the 20. I do like this one into 10 and then possibly 7. We're not going to get too much too quickly. ADNG, that's an IPO, but not the IPO that we're focusing on. And NUAI continue to hold the higher lows here into 360, but no new prints. No new prints.
Oh,
no new prints. And the tap now on MDLN is the highest I've seen. There's it was showing. It was just higher, 32.50, right? And then it just dropped down to 33 as I was about to say it. So the tap was now, I haven't seen it above 33. It was at 33.50, excuse me, not 32.50. So it's moving up a little bit. Let's take a look, Joey, at the imbalance locator. So now we have I keep seeing buy side imbalance, boys. I don't know if you have seen sell side. It does switch. Katina Man confirming it's been switching, but this is a big buy-side imbalance now to the tune of 1.5 million shares. The paired volume so far, 8.14 million. What does that mean, Joey? Well, it means that they've paired buy orders and sell orders together to the tune of 8.14 million of those, with now 1.5 million buy-side orders for 1.5 million shares unfilled or unpaired, I should say, by the exchange. That's why you're getting, it says side B, which means buy, 1.53 million. That is quite bullish if you're looking to gauge sentiment before it opens. So we're certainly going to be keeping an eye here on the IPO. Joey Options and I, we've been talking off camera about what our strategy is going to be, what share size we're going to take, you know, how much room we're going to give it. And so likelihood is, if it holds up in this way, your friend Joey Options and I are going to be taking this one live with the big boys on the other side of the desk.
That we are, man. I'm ready to party, rage, whatever we're going to do. We're going to have a good time with this one. There it is, guys. I mean, Katina, man, would you say you had 50 15s on that? Oh, you dog, you. I got 10s, man. Oh, that's all right, man. We're not going to complain. As long as we're both winning, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Shout out to my brother. Katina, man, we'll hit the stone cold for the both of us. 50 10s, and then 50 there was my out, and then we take some. I took a little bit off, about 15% at 27s or roughly, just before I had to front run that 2-to-1, and then we hit it right here at 50 30s, and then I took a little bit more off as we rejected the top end of this channel that's been formed on the 1 minute pretty aggressively, but we're getting a little bit of a bounce, and we're just going to leave some for a runner and see if we're fortunate enough to get that going. But I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Risk to reward ratio was so key. I mean, we took a big part of our losses off right there, approximately 30%, which is pretty good, and just gives you substantially more breathing room. And I could take 2 more losses and be back right exactly where I started at the beginning of this trade, and then I could put 1 more back and end up where maybe if I put on a little bit more size, but aside from that, it's really important. And that's what I was talking to Gaurav about. It's just, I forget how the saying actually goes. It's just, but within trading, the money is really in the detail, and the more detailed that you can get, I think the better off you are. Hence why I'm working on something at home for you guys. I was gonna send it to Sharif last night, but it's not ready just yet, so we'll be patient. I'll get it done this weekend for you, and then if we want to implement that Okay, let's get out break even right there, and that's why it's important to stick to your break evens. Even though it didn't hit the bid, it looks like we're just going to chop at the lower end of the channel. But anyways, aside from that, yeah, the devil is in the detail. It's something along those lines. But the money, we're going to go with the money is in the detail here, and I think it's really important to note that. So I'll show you briefly of what it is. It's nothing complex. It's just something that you can essentially use from a day-to-day basis, and that I was doing for an extended period of time when I was trading on my own. I'll pull it. What do you got going on? You guys
is rushing hard.
Yeah, he is running pretty hard. So this is here. Let me pull it up for you guys right now, and we'll see what we got going on.
Ooh, 33.26 now, Joey.
Is it? Okay, that's pretty good.
My man.
Nice. So this is what it is. Maybe we'll implement it. It has to be significantly cleaner. But it's really, really detailed. And then obviously, this is where you're going to improve and everything along those lines. So this is just something based off a trading system that you can use. And you just document, and then you go back, you read it at the end of the day, whatever it may be, and be like, okay, what did we do positive today? What did we do that we can get a little bit more improvement on? And then you try to implement that into tomorrow's session, right? The following session or Monday, whatever it may be. So once I get this up, I'm going to send it to everybody, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with it based off of that. But it's just a one-time thing. You only need one copy of it, and you use it day in and day out. I remember when I first started on the floor here, I was carrying around my backpack with my laptop, and I had multiple binders of just like the data that I would write out personally. Boom. And it was very simplistic stuff, like what was the catalyst, what macro events did we have going on, which reports were coming out, the volume in each specific ticker that I was looking at. But what it allowed me to do is with my old platform is that now I had this massive catalog of previous trades, is that I can go back in any given day and run replay on those tickers. So what were the best 5 names? What had the most volume from what I was selecting? And then go back and make trades based off of that. So if that is something you guys are looking for, I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys.
Did you put in your limit on open? Because mine is rejecting.
Is it?
Yeah, it's telling me some. It's saying the following. I think I'm doing it wrong. Canceled order, gateway canceled. It says Nasdaq buy, limit imbalance only on open, and then the info says open shares have nowhere to go.
Yeah, it did that to me before too on one of the massive IPOs. And I was trying to figure out with Neil, I'm like, why is it saying that? And I don't know, I never really figured that out. I think you just try a different gateway maybe?
It has to be Nasdaq.
Oh, does it? Oh,
I mean,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's to Nasdaq, right?
Yeah.
So I think something's going on with my Lou key, so I might have to set that up again, but we'll look at that in a second.
I'll try it right now. What
Yeah,
did
you wanna
you?
give
What
that a
did
try?
you? What price did you put
I
in?
put 40. I
Yeah,
just put
okay.
40
Yeah,
so to get
same.
away. See if it works.
I can't cancel this thing, can I?
You can.
Oh,
Limit on
you?
open
All right,
is
yeah,
cancelable.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, mine worked.
How do you know?
Accept.
It's not. Where does
Accepted.
it say that? Accepted?
Yeah.
Oh.
Watch it open right now. That'd be good.
I did, Katima. I tried it a couple times. So Nasdaq buy, we're going to go 40, and we'll put that many shares. And it's telling me no. Open shares have nowhere to go. All right, I'm doing something wrong, so I got to figure that out. But anyway.
Oh, there goes the market.
Okay, here we go. NUAI popping back up here. I got 58s on, showing me 62s. Let's wet the beak because we haven't had too many opportunities to wet the beak. How's RX doing? DDL is okay. RX finally coming up a little bit over here, but still within a range. Still has that 95 seller that we have to deal with on RX. Let's take a beak wetter here at 91s. Separately, TGL looks like it might be catching a bit of a bid now. Let's load up TGL on the ANDG screen. So we're going to go like that. And then on the NQ. Yeah, this one is still putting in lower highs, but it's also got higher lows. Support off the 20, and I feel like I got that one right. I'd like a trend change, though, something above 810, 815. That's where we popped off on the 1205 candle. It rejected that level, so I don't want to try to catch this name when it's making lower highs. So we'll see about that one. How's the other one doing? RZLV. Okay, popping off a little bit. We added into this one on RZLV. What do we have in terms of a price? We're holding here 14s. It's showing me 15s, not bad. Let's go ahead and set up a little bit over here. Maybe we can get a nice price spike up on this bad boy. So, oh, that's not what we want to do there. Cancel that last order so we don't have to cancel all the other ones. Oh, there we go. Cancel that one. And then we'll put some into 18s, and then we'll layer some into 20s as well. Looking for this one to pop off. DDL is not doing much, though, sadly. It does have this consolidative range at 80. It did pop up, almost tested 85. That's why we got back in, but not immediately apparent whether it's going to trend up or not. Joey, I'm going to send it to you, brother.
Yeah,
I
want you to set that up.
Yeah. Something's going on.
For sure, absolutely. Figure that out there. A nice little pop, Katina, man. I hope you're still holding on the TQs. I'm sure you are there, brother. A nice move all the way up to 50-40s now. We were in at 10s, come back, and then there's another opportunity. I was thinking about getting back in because if it works once, twice, especially within this choppy range, and the market seems that it wants to find somewhat of a base, which is something positive. So there it goes. The TQ is a nice little move. Regardless if the trade looks good or not, we're just sticking to those risk measures. So first initial entry, 50-20, giving it 20 cents, a little bit wider just to the low of the day, because if the momentum really picked up, I think we'd be able to determine that. Thanks, Fluffy Hippo, on the comment as well. And then we get stopped out break even and we hop right back in. So that's starting to work out pretty good for us so far. And that is going to be TQs as it's continuing to climb. Apple got a bounce. NVDA getting a little bit of a bounce. iBig bouncing off of those lows. Tesla finally finding a bottom as well. I thought there'd be, I mean, we talked about the profit taking at all-time highs, which essentially happened. You get that print on yesterday's session, and then you get some profit taking, and then sure enough, you're starting to trade a little bit lower than that previous pivot high there, guys. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, that's what we got going on. If there's any specific that you guys are looking at, let me know, and we'll go over a couple of names, whether it be the options chain. Let's actually pull up the O's chain on Tesla and see why, if there's any supply zones. I know we were talking about the $500 level, but we didn't get there quite yet. So maybe around $595, I'm thinking we're going to see some open interest or something along those lines. 49, so 495. 9,800, but 46,000 contracts traded. 490 has 20,000 contracts traded with 72,000 opened and closed. All right, so keep that in mind. TGT, yeah, let's go over TGT, whether it be on the options chain or the charting itself. I know we're getting a pop in some of these retail names, which is pretty good. 100, you got it? You're tapped in now? You're tapped in? All right, man.
Come hell or high water.
Yeah. Let's party, man. Yeah, it's either...
I'm muted.
Oh, I thought we were open. I was saying, Katina, man, you got to be careful now, my boy. No, yeah, I mean, it's all fun and games. Let's get this going here. 8,445 contracts open at that $100 level on TGT. Let's take a look at the daily on this thing and see what we got going on from a price action standpoint. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm going to do?
What is Walmart doing today? If Target is doing this, as Obi would like to say. Okay, a nice move on the daily as well off of those lows, those November lows. You're starting to get a pop. We're up to $34 now on the tap on MDLN, so that's looking pretty good. We're ready to rock and roll here on this one. 18% off of those lows on TGT. What has WMT been up to, Sharif? Walmart being the dog that it is and continuing to grind higher and higher up to $117. Performing really, really well off of those November lows, Sharif.
All right, man. Let me know, Assassino. We're go? All right, let's do it. For too long, guys, trading meant risking your own money or not even having enough to start. The fear of losing as well, it kept so many traders on the sidelines. But thankfully, that is all changing because Trade the Pool is transforming how traders access the markets. With its limited risk trading model, traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool, well, they absorb all the downside. This allows you to focus on what truly matters, which is, of course, the discipline, the consistency, and that growth. And, Joey, when you hit your profit targets, you keep up to 70% of the profits. There is no fear. There are no barriers. There's just literally real opportunities. This is the revolution, of course, Joey, of limited risk trading. And it's powered by, guess who? Trade the Pool. So visit them at tradethepool.com or scan that QR code on the screen to get 10% off your first evaluation. Good luck there. All right, I put up another level 2 window for the IPO on all my screens so I know exactly when it opens up. But RX treating me well over here, as this one is now riding nicely into the highs, into 495. We just went the beak there. We've got 96s, we got 98s, but there is no continuation as of yet through 5, despite the fact that the 501 high a day is looking real good. But there goes RZLT into the highs, and that gets a whole bunch of prints for me. And we have shares, more shares on this one than we do on the others. So let's go ahead and wet the beak on RZLT. Oh, wow, just as I was hitting the... You suck, RZLT. Just as I hit the thing, it dropped like 3 pennies. And anyway, we'll get that fill if it pops back up. But good hold there, and we added some at the lows in at 12s, and there it just popped off into 21s. It's up not much at all. 7 3/4. How's that NUAI trade looking though? Where's it at? Well, we got a beak wetter there into 61, but it does come back down, holds the volume weighted average price. And NUAI, we've got 58s on over here. We're going to refresh more here, Joey, because it keeps holding up at the volume weighted average price. And now that we've added a little bit more, we should probably take the opportunity to get some out should there be a price spike up. So we'll go ahead and wait there, and we'll wait at almost every other penny on NUAI. Those are the 4 that I've got on at the moment. I want to update you guys on MDLN. The tap now showing 33.75. I believe this is one of the highest levels we've seen on the day. Let's take a quick look now at the imbalance locator. Okay, paired volume now up to 9.135 million shares with a buy side, sell side imbalance now. Oh no, coming in at 70,000, but that's getting paired off super quick. That's the first time I've seen sell side. The Katina Man and Neil said they've been seeing it flip back and forth. I haven't been looking at it all that much, but that's the first sell side imbalance we've seen, now dropping down to about 20,000 shares. So we are likely, you sent yours in, eh?
I did.
You put in the requisite shares?
Yeah, I did.
My guy.
I told you.
All right, your friend Joey Options and I are taking the same share size. What did you put in as your limit price?
40.
Same. Okay, so we're taking identical trades.
Yeah, we're taking the exact same
We're taking
thing.
identical trades.
Yeah, it's either going one
let's see how this ends up working. So that's what we're looking at there. We're keep an eye on the IPO. We're going to keep an eye, of course, on the small cap gappers as they have a bit of an off day today, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking with Katina Man here. We're ready to party. Or I got to stop saying that because, we're here to have a good time, obviously, but we want to keep things professional at the same time. So we're over there. No, we're just saying we're ready to rock and roll, essentially. Like it, yeah, man, we're ready to have a good time and see what we got going on. MDLN, tap at 33.75. Shreve was mentioning that. Katina Man's still long on the TQs. We were long at 50.10s and at 50.20s. Got a little bit of a move, so giving ourselves some more breathing room here, just in case we see some more high-quality setups. We found that base in the overall market, and we're starting to bounce off of those key support levels, which is something that you want to see. So, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I know. MKG, I'm already in vacation mode. I shouldn't. Is it too? Yeah, way too early. That's 2 weeks away from now, essentially. Yeah, so we're gonna be having a good time. Then it's surgery after that, so we got to live it up while we can. So yeah, let's go. Let's head back over to our volume scanner. Sharif, I know you're looking forward to this IPO. We're gonna be talking about it quite often throughout the remainder of this session. Until it opens up. No tilapia today. I don't get tilapia in general because I requested with the lunch lady no tilapia for the kid. So we don't want any of that stuff. NVDA starting getting a bounce there. We already did over some of these names. NU Holdings, not too bad. Ram getting ready to film as well too. Oh, it's either going to go one way or the other. But you know which way it's going to go. Which way? In our direction. Obviously, God willing. Let's hopefully get this IPO. MDLN ready to rock and roll. FXI, what have you been up to today? Selling with the overall market. Uh-oh, IREN. I know Mike Peter Ryder. I haven't seen you in the chat. Hope you're doing good. I've seen you earlier, but I haven't seen you during the midday show, so I'm curious at where you're at. Gorev, I know you're steady participating. I hope you've been having a fantastic day. Full disclosure, guys, we are slightly red on that. I was down 66% on my shutdown. I'm now down less than 50. So we're starting to slowly bounce back. Sticking to those tight risk to reward ratios and taking profit out when we're supposed to helps you gauge and kind of work with your shutdown all around, guys.
All right, I just uploaded a video onto my Google Drive, so.
What you got going on?
Oh, you'll see. Google Drive. We're just gonna sign in here, Joey. We're gonna make sure that we've got that one done live. Is that the one from today? Nope, that's the Tesla one. So how do I
Yorkie?
Storage use? Just give me a second here, Joey. How do I organize it so that it shows me the latest one that I've got? There we go. This one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this because I don't have it right now. Oh, there, it's in my drive. Okay. Date modified. No, that's not it either. Okay, so just allow me. Can you just hold it for a sec while I find this?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We can. Who sings it? Mike P. You in the chat? I don't see you. Who sings "Ramble On" again? I always sing it. Ramble on. Do. APLD. What have you been doing? Okay, so finding a bottom here, that's not too bad. You can see the indecision prints, guys. And this is what we're consistently looking for. Whether it be one specific candle, an isolated print, or you have an abundance of them kind of congested together and you just start to see the buying pressure start to step in, sometimes it fails. Like if you ask me, APLD, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm prepared to take a long here, especially if we have a 5-minute candle that opens at the top end of this range. Then I'm like, all right, let's rock and roll. Let's see if we can get involved in it. Your risk measures are obviously going to be a little bit wider, and that's why I like trying to find a close to a low as I possibly can. But there goes TSLL, there goes the overall market getting an additional bounce. So things are starting to slowly recover here, Sharif.
All right, yeah, I just had to upload it. So we'll give that one a second, guys. Look. Still holding some here in NUAI. This did dip down, but it held support. So we're going to continue to hold some on NUAI. What are we holding at 58? It's showing me 56. So we're still a little bit out of the money on this one. And I did add into this, not RZ, into DDL as it continues to hold the 10 EMA. It feels like, if this one does catch a bid, it's going to price spike up possibly into $3. It's had a lot of aggressive upside moves, and the fact that it's not giving it up right now, given the aggressive upside moves that it's had basically since the open, since right at 9:30, I'm gauging that maybe this one has that nice price spike up when it's a bit more liquid of a time than 12:30 at the moment. Very, very consolidated, very sideways price action, but not really giving up the go. City Boy says PCSA. Let's take a look at PCSA and see what's going on with that one. PCSA. We didn't get the flat bottom break, by the way, in Broadcom. Okay, so this one was, I think this one was strong earlier. This one's up 112% on the day, having closed out at $3, showing 367. The problem is, though, it's below VWAP, and it's technically below that pre-market high, but I'm willing to use this $9 area as the breakout level. It's got to get back above $7. And the lower high trend as well, City Boy. That's the thing. Like, even if you do pop off into 7 or 6 mid-80s here where VWAP is to kind of fulfill the rule that I have, you're still putting in lower highs, so you still may have a dampening effect on the price action into $8 as well. So if it clears $8 rather than 7, I could certainly be interested in this one. PCSA, that is the ticker on this one, and it was very, very strong.
Tap at 35.
The tap is now at $35 on MDLN. Hopefully this one opens sooner rather than later. Adara.
Keep an eye here on NFLX. Variety reporting as of it looks like about half an hour ago that Netflix is signing a deal with Dave Portnoy's Barstool Sports for exclusive video rights to 3 podcasts. So again, this is reported by Variety about half an hour ago, just circulating on X now. But Netflix signing a deal with Dave Portnoy's Barstool Sports for video rights to some podcasts. Interesting look here for NFLX, which, as we know, is also embroiled in that bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery. Back to you.
All right, Joey, what do you got?
Yeah,
brother?
Walmart putting in a new high of the day, Sharif. 116.38, looking pretty good. We got NVDA tapping right into the volume-weighted average price almost, guys. Bitcoin not as strong as a recovery, but Apple bouncing off of the lows as well. Let's see what Microsoft has been up to. We haven't looked at Amazon lately. So Microsoft, it did breach this channel, which I think is interesting. You broke this downward channel. We draw it out here for you guys, boom. And then you open up on top of it, which I think is something positive. That's just a little rough sketch there, a couple of whipsaw moves, whatever you would like to call it. But now we're starting to just form an additional range. So a lot of sideways price action. And I mean, I'm not going to complain about it too much whatsoever. But oh yeah, let's go over Amazon. So we're tapped in into MDLN. We're waiting for this to go. The tap's at $35. Sharif's ready. He's ready to go for sure, I could tell.
All right, so let's
Amazon doing
discuss
too
the
much.
plan, because I think we went into it. Well, I speak for myself without a plan last time.
Yeah.
So are you looking to take out a certain percentage per dollar, per $2? What's your plan going into this so that we're not thinking on the fly?
I want to see how strong it is out the gate. If I think it takes a massive move up, I'm going to do it in like 30% tranches, I think.
Are you going to use your flattened percentage key? Or are you gonna,
I set that up.
You set that up?
Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to work, but I'll have the limit orders. I'll just do a bunch of orders. We'll see where we're going to open up at, and then I'll just place orders based off of that.
All right.
But I also have a different plan in mind. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm an extremely superstitious individual.
Okay.
So I don't want to get into too much detail, but I'm going to try to hold it for as long as I possibly can.
I like it, man.
In my favor.
Okay.
If it goes against me immediately, we gotta get out of Dodge, right?
The issue with the flatten key on P8, and with all market orders, let's be fair, it's not just P8, man, is that it's a market order. So if you're looking to throw a market order, it will print you on the bid rather than on the ask. So sometimes you see a price and it's reflecting what you see on the ask side of the level 2 of the book.
It's For me, so what I'm thinking here is that if I can take a little bit off to give myself breathing room, so then essentially it's risk off. And then I can let the rest of that ride. So as soon as I get that first partial out, then then hopefully calm heads will prevail.
Calm heads will prevail. All right, apparently silver's really moving here, according to everybody in the chat. So let's look at SLV and see what that one is up to at the moment. SLV, iShares Silver Trust, yes. Very, very strong is silver, higher highs, higher lows. Shout out to Rahim Alani speaking about this one today, making the comparisons, of course, to gold. You got that flat top breakout on SLV at $60. That $60 level had been basically a resistance level all morning until it got taken out at 11:45. Lo and behold, it takes out 60, drops back down right at that 12:15 candle, holds 60 to a T, and up it goes, making new highs of dates up 4 2/3. SLV, look at that gap up too, Joey, from the closing print yesterday at 8 o'clock. We gap up quite nicely from 57.90. We open up this morning at 4 a.m. at 59.60. So great look there. For SLV, I see you guys talking about that in the chat, and rightfully so. Keep your eye on silver. What we're going to keep an eye on here is the buy side imbalance now coming in on MDLN to the tune of 361,000 shares. That is what you want to see if you're looking to go long on the IPO. It's a buy side imbalance with 311,000 shares. The paired volume now 12.4 million shares. That means that the exchange has behind the scenes back office things paired buy and sell orders, about 2.37 million, 12.37 million of them, and they now have 231,000 buy-side shares that have been unpaired with its corresponding sell side. I should say sell side on the other side. So those are unpaired. So we're going to keep an eye out on that, and we'll report to you guys if that changes. Holding here on RXRX, not bad. DDL continues to trend into the mid-80s. No new prints on that one. RZLT, this one, I think I'm going to flatten out this one, break even on the remaining amount. It does feel like it's going to lose prior bar low. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stop out 12.12. So let's put that there, and that one will help us focus on the ones that are actually moving. and NUAI popping back right into that 360 area, showing 59s now. In fact, I'm actually waiting at 59s, but it's got to cross for me to get the print there. So we're keeping an eye on all 4 trades, and we're very much ready to go into the new trade when it opens. MDLN now showing 35.10, Joey.
Yeah.
The top, the theoretical auction price keeps inching up little by little. We'll see if this is a big move or not. So my plan is I'm going to use my 25% flatten key. But as I just mentioned, the flatten key will get you out on the bid. So whether or not this one opens spready, we don't know. So what I'm going to be looking at to flatten out on the price on the bid that I like, not on the ask. So that's going to necessitate me looking at the time and sales, on the level 2 book rather than looking on the chart of the time and sales. So that's going to be my plan. We're going to try to take out a quarter at a time and then make a decision as to how we're going to ride that. 36 now, Joey. The top is moving up to $36. Here we go, baby. Let's see if this one opens up sooner rather than later.
Check your messages quick.
All right, take over first.
Yes, sir. TQ is forming a nice indecision print right around here, guys. So maybe we get involved with this name one more time, just in case the market does want to find somewhat of a rebound. TSLL starting to come back into some key levels as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. TSLA, the TQs have been working relatively well. We go 2 for 3 on the TQs, and then I think we only had 1 winner on the TSLL. Yeah.
I like it, bro. I mean, like,
2,
that's
3.
going to be your move. That's going to be your move.
Yeah. That's my move. So
yeah, simple as that.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going for here. So all right, let's see if these indecision.
But you're gonna have to change your share size for that, I think.
Well, not if it's an X amount of. Obviously.
Well, you don't control what it's gonna move though, but you control your share size.
But that's what I was talking about, the momentum.
I see.
Right? Because if we get the specific dollar, yeah, you can add as well too. Yeah. But if we get the dollar amount, then that's it, right?
Fair. Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, we've seen it done before.
Oh God, yeah, we
right?
have certainly seen it done before.
So
I paid.
What was it? What did CoreWeave move? Like an insane amount.
Which is the one that we did well on?
It was like Circle or CoreWeave, yeah, Circle or something like that. Yeah.
It was. There's been some big IPOs this year, guys. Big IPOs, like, a lot of them have sold off aggressively off the highs. I think that's more a product of the market conditions than the IPO market in general. But we have kind of seen a cooling of IPOs as of late, right? We got a lot in the middle part, in the early part of the year. And then it feels like when, late summer, fall came around, we weren't getting too many. So we'll have to see if this one's well received. You got to assume, though, the street's going to be all over this one. And maybe we should go over some of the details, because I don't think we're going to do the news segment until the IPO comes up.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do the news segment because we got to definitely concentrate. But here's the information. Let's go. Let me find it. There it is. I'm just going to put this on the screen, on all the screens. There we go, Assassino. So just so we can keep an eye here on the price action. So here's Medline. That's the name of the company, Medline. They raised about $6.25 billion in the IPO phase. Now this is going to be the going to market phase. This is the largest global IPO of 2025. It outdid the $5.3 billion Hong Kong IPO for cattle. Obviously, cattle, a minerals play. The company was founded in 1966. They're a major manufacturer of medical supplies. We're talking surgical kits, gloves, gowns, and they serve hospitals globally. They don't have one specific area where they operate. They also compete with the likes of McKesson, a company that my father and I constantly use for the biz, Cardinal Health as well. And here's what really caught my attention. They've delivered consistent net sales growth every year since inception, including during the pandemic. You think that they would have shined during the pandemic, given that they make PPE and everybody and their mother was trying to get their hands on PPE. Analysts here highlighted their appeal as a profitable, cash generative, and well understood business, contrasting it with some of the more speculative IPOs that we've had, or at least maybe that the market didn't know as well. But there is a bad side to this, and the bad side is tariffs. In fact, they expect their fiscal 2026 income before taxes to be less by about 150 to $200 million. So the line reads as follows. Medline expects tariffs to reduce fiscal 2026 income before taxes by about $150 to $200 million, introducing, of course, a measurable risk. Despite that headwind, though, investors appeared comfortable underwriting the deal given Medline's scale, its pricing power, and the defensive healthcare end market exposure. They also rank amongst the largest PE-backed IPOs ever. Private equity, of course, is what we mean by PE. The deal is also expected to encourage more PE-backed companies to pursue listings. If you know anything about private equity, you know there has to be an exit, a runway to get out. Usually it's about 7 to 10 years or whatever they're doing nowadays. So apparently it's gonna incentivize more private equity to kind of back these IPOs. Again, nothing is for certain. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this. The tap is dropping, Joey. It's 32.50 now.
35.
Excuse me, 35.50. I apologize. I misspoke about that. It's a sell side imbalance now to the tune of 203,000 shares, with the paired volume coming in at 13.5. So we're going to keep updating you guys on that as we get more information, Joe.
We do. I'm thinking, man, with that sell, we might have to, I don't know, man. Do we remove this? Or
you can cancel a limit on open. You can't cancel a market on open.
No. We can cancel this. But I mean, you can cancel it regardless of what happens, right? Like as soon as it opens, you're in it. Whether you can
cancel it now.
Yeah, exactly. But when it happens, you're in it, whether you like it or not. Look at guys, the market's starting to come back in. Tesla putting in a new low of the day. We have silver still hovering around those highs. Netflix slowly starting to cool down as well as Amazon. Yeah, we're what do you 34.90? No, $35. We went to 35.05, which is pretty good. Yeah, City Boys, we've been talking about that. What's up, City Boy? Yeah, Venezuela news with Trump stepping up the pressure over there. Back to buy side. We're going to be rocking a Sharif playing footsies with me again.
My bad. Yeah, right. Again, nice try, bro. Nice try there,
it's all right, man. It's all right, man. I don't even, I had it up here not too long. Oh, there it is. Okay, so, Sharif.
Yes, sir.
We're up to okay, all right, there we go. That's looking pretty good if you ask me. Yeah, so we're starting to head back towards the top side, heading back to a buy. We like that 1.23 million right there, pair volume at 14.01. So yeah, let's go, man. Let's see if this market's going to bounce one more time. If this was going to be the last fake out, Tesla put in that additional leg lower, so not completing that third leg. And there we go. Tesla. All right, do we take one more long on this? Maybe, possibly. No, we're going to be a little bit more patient and see what we got going on. But I'm looking more forward to what Sharif.
Take it easy, Ram. So yesterday, Joey, we hit a PR.
Quadzilla.
At the ripe, old freaking age of 43 years old, your boy hit 365 on the bar.
All right, Quadzilla, let's see this.
For a 4-banger. And we got deep too, Joe. We got deep. This is a very, very poor video, man. How do I increase the quality on this? Hold on, Joey. Yeah, we can. Ramram's trying to. Let's go.
I don't know, but Sharif, if you ask me, the sleeveless hoodies, man, that was like at least 20 years ago a thing, no?
Sleeveless hoodies? Yeah, I got so many of those.
You're still rocking those, eh?
I got this. I actually bought a few weeks ago.
All right, man.
Yeah, now it's just taking forever to load, guys. So I apologize.
It wasn't meant to be, man.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be.
The higher quality.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for this one. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're ready to do it.
Let's do it live,
it's still giving me the loading thing. Joey, this is
lower quality,
the
man.
best.
You don't need the highest.
No, we're gonna do it high quality. We're gonna wait for this bad boy to load. But this is the best I've ever done.
Yeah.
For legs ever in terms of reps. I've done 4 plates. Thank you, see, I appreciate you. Done 4 plates, but that was for a 2-banger. This is 365, 3 1/4 on each side.
All right, big man.
For a 4-banger. Right. But we're gonna have to wait for this one to load. Shut up, T. 2TZ, you're making me laugh, man. All right, while we wait for that one to load, we're gonna update you on the tap. Still showing $35 for MDLN. Packing the patience here, guys, as we wait for this one to load. This is gonna be the biggest IPO in terms of raising on the year. We don't know if it's gonna be the most well-received IPO. That will be a little bit decided later, I guess. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on there. I appreciate all the nice comments. You guys are great, but we're going to have to wait for this bad boy to load up before we can kind of get back into that. It's not loading. Oh, here we go. Now. All right, let's do this live now. So, and I actually did good depth on this one. You know, I showed you 365 the other day, but we didn't get good.
Where are we right here? Where are we, Sharif?
We're at the gym, Joey. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to stop this because it's not working out.
Yeah, we're lower quality.
We're gonna have to go lower quality, Joey.
Yeah,
we're gonna go like that. There we go. Let's go. Look at this depth, my boy. It's super choppy. Super choppy. Yeah, okay. Well, we're not.
Yeah, there you go.
What a damper on the party, bro.
Yeah, no, we're really about.
What's going on over there? Who's whistling like that? Is that an animation? Is that a sound animation?
Yeah, it's a sound thing.
All right, we're gonna have to deal with this later, guys, because it's not working at the moment. It's embarrassing me. NUAI did drop though, guys, so not a good look there on NUAI. We tried to get more out. This one is losing trend, and it's gonna lose me as a trader. We're gonna take a 4 penny loss on the remaining amount. DDL as well, not looking that great, quite frankly. It looks like it's trying to hold 80. Look, my last line in the sand is 275 on DDI. On DDL, excuse me. DDL is the one that I'm talking about. So we're going to keep an eye out on that one, and we'll see what it does. You guys are trolling me in the chat. Lame. Seriously? That boy thick. I don't enjoy seeing the... Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the hell that means. I got shorts on, bro. Dodge crushing. You guys are laughing. That's heavy, says Noon. Yeah, well, maybe I could show you the video. That'd be nice. MSOS, says Machiavelli. Let's take a look at MSOS. See what that one is up to on the day. Silver getting a bit of a sell, though, guys, into 60.60. Let's take a look at MSOS. It was like 8% on the day when I first looked at it. We're about 7 1/3, a little bit more than 7 1/4. It does feel, though, that we're still putting in some lower highs, though. So you'd like to see this one get back above 7.05, Joey, to take out that implied balance high from 930. That's what I'd be looking at if I was looking to go long. But you do like the reclaiming their Machiavelli of the move into above the volume weighted average price. I appreciate Juliana jokers. All right, Joey, what do you got over there?
All right, guys, and now for some exciting news out of Canada for the sophisticated traders on the stream. Beta Pro by Global X Canada, Canada's largest provider of leveraged inverse and inverse leveraged ETFs, has just launched 6 new triple leveraged ETFs offering 3x bull and 3x bear exposure to the S&P and TSX 60, semiconductors, and on U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. Plus, the U.S.-focused strategies use currency hedging, offering the potential for pure performance and exposure. If you're a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca 3x daily to learn more, guys. So check it out. You only got a couple more days with those special management fees, the rebate on those management fees. All right, Christoph Ocean, what if I told you beta? Oh, okay, all right, I'm not going to read that out. Hang about it 1,000 times. What tough I know and things one person in chat finds it exciting. Oh, yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, what do we got going on here? Market finding a bounce off of those lows. The SPY looking kind of attractive to me right now, considering it's closer to the lower end of the range. Apple still continuing its recovery. We have Tesla starting to bounce as well, too, even though it did. Oh, there it goes,
it's open.
There it goes.
It's open. Here we go, guys. Well, we got, okay. There we go.
All right.
Oh, we just took out some there.
I don't even know what I got open. I don't even know what I got open at.
Get a little bit more. It's losing the bid. It's about to drop below 35. Watch out there. All right, not bad, not bad. All right, here we go. Are you in?
I'm out. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might get back in. I made a nice little print there, but it's gonna lose the bid. 35 buyers, guys. 35 buyers. There's a buyer at 35. It's a hidden order. Nothing is coming off the gateway. It's gonna lose 35, guys. It looks like that buyer may get exhausted. I haven't seen any prints below 35 as of yet. 35 buyers still. That is a one monster hidden buyer, excuse me. Look at that, Joey. There's no prints coming below 35 on any book. That is a monster buyer at 35, but how long can he hang on for?
How long can he hang on for?
Oh, no, we just flashed a little bit there. I think we saw a little bit of a drop. Man, Should we jump into a 35 buy here? This is a
Let's
very
see, this guy's
aggressive
holding.
defend,
This guy's
man.
holding right here. Look at that size there, Sharif.
That's
on the bid.
aggressive
That's
defend
big. There you
there,
go. You get a
Joey.
nice little pop. There it is.
Oh, whoa!
There it
A
is.
nice
Bang,
move
a
up
nice
there.
pop to the top
There it
side.
goes,
There we
Joe.
go.
All right, let's keep an
Way
eye
to
on this
rock
one.
and
Look for
roll,
continuation,
man.
guys. We know there's a 35 buyer, but if
Bang.
35 gets tested again, how many more shares are left on that buy side
Let's
order?
go.
That hidden buyer, guys. MDLN up 21.5%. There's a buyer at the $0.25 now, Joe. There's a buyer at 24s. There was a buy. Oh, it dropped aggressively into 10s. MDLN, guys, the biggest IPO of the year.
Let's go.
In terms of raising, defending
There it
35.
goes again, Sharif. There it
like
goes.
a glove, Joey.
Look at the strength on
like
this
a
one.
glove. All right,
right.
we're gonna do it live. We're punching
live,
back in.
baby.
Let's go.
Oh, there-
What a move up, baby. Right,
Oh,
perfect
going.
time
Let's
to
go,
get
Katina,
in.
man.
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go,
We're taking
Katina,
it live.
man.
Let's go.
There it
Let's
goes.
keep
What a
going over here.
monster move.
What do we got on, Joe? We got
Oh, you're
25s.
still on there.
We got
Let's
25s,
go.
my boy. Here we go. Looking for a 50.
There it
goes
is.
50. We're going to post up now a little bit higher, Joey. We're going to go to
Let's
75s
go.
now. Let's see. 50 seller, guys. 50, 55s now
There it
showing
goes.
up.
It's still going.
Let's keep an eye out on this one, guys. Here we go. 60, Joey. Can we get a little higher? Let's take out some more over here. Shut up, Ram. All right, good luck.
There it goes,
How will
man.
we do it over here? Not a
Dang,
bad
nice
trade,
day,
baby.
Sharif.
Not
Nice
a bad
day.
trade at
Let's
all.
go,
That puts us
man.
very positive on the day. Please, this punch. Keep your eye on this one. I don't think it's done yet, Joe.
It's not.
That buyer at 35 was a
insane.
staunchy, you know what,
That was
man?
crazy.
That was great. Okay. So keep an eye here, guys. We're still going here on MDLN, man. There is strength in the street right now. Let's look for that
there it
75
goes.
clear. The buyers are stepping
is
in, Joe.
insane.
The buyers are stepping in, and they could be moving in into 36. Let's see if it wants to dip back down and give us an opportunity to buy. Here it is. Here it is. We're going to get in a little bit here. $0.50 break. A $0.50 breaks them out. Simple as that. $0.50 breaks them out. Where am I long? Did I get? How come it's not showing on the position board? What's going on, guys? MDLN. We're long at, where were we long? I can't even look away because I have to see if the 50 is going to break over here. Nope, defends. We're long at 64. Good. Continuation. Looking for more now.
I think it's
Let's
still
see what this
going,
one
man.
has to do, bro. Let's see. I've posted up at 75, but we're not getting continuation. Let's see if it drops below 50. I'm packing the patience over here on MDLN, looking for the move into 75, guys. Good strength on this one. Oh, there it goes, Joe.
Oh, there it goes again.
My guy.
Let's
Again,
go, Katina,
75
man. Let's
seller,
go.
guys. 75 seller right
There
now.
you
He's
go,
moving
baby.
down into 73. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're
that's
not-
what
we're
we're
not
packing.
going
There's a
yet.
75 buyer, a seller again, Joey. He's going to get run through. We're going to
You're
take
gonna
off
get
more
36s.
here, baby.
You're going to get 36s.
36s. All right.
Yeah, watch.
That's
It's
not
going to
too
go to
bad.
36 here.
Here we go.
There it goes. Boom. There it goes.
There
to 35.80.
man. MDLN. It is continuing to go. It's a beautiful hold of 35. Here comes 36. Very, very strong. Please just punch on this trade. What do you got, Joe?
Yeah, no, I got all out right out of the get, man. I had obviously hit the wrong key, but that's okay. We were positive. We go red to green just like that on MDLN. Let me pull it up for you guys. Sharif, Katina, man, and all the boys absolutely crushed it. So let's go.
What?
There it is. There it is. 36. There's 36. I told you we're gonna run.
There's
to 36.
36, Joseph
I told you
options.
we're gonna run to 36s.
Go
I told
ahead,
you that
baby.
We're gonna rock and roll on this. I can't even pull it up right now. As for this, there he is.
Pull up.
Boom! There it is. Sharif,
Yes,
Katina,
sir.
man, with some big time moves as we run into $36 on MDLN. We were in at 35s and out at 35.
There's 36,
That's all
Joey.
right. There it is. I called it out. You're gonna get that 36. There it is. 36.10 almost. So a big time move.
Big time.
In the IPO. Way to rock and roll, guys. This is how we do it. This is what it's all about, man. This is what we were waiting for. I'm gonna have to take a break after this.
It's so pretty.
Oh.
I didn't even notice the 4 box the whole time. That's hilarious.
Come over to the screen. You can see what I did right here.
Show
There
him,
you go.
Katina,
There
man.
you go, Katina, man. Party
There, that's
on,
energy,
man.
baby.
Can
There
we
we
have an
go.
overlay of our two charts?
Neil, you
Dang.
looked
They
so
might be
focused
identical.
when the camera was on you,
There's
brother. You
Neil.
looked so focused.
Oh, but you know what? So here's the thing. The other thing I look at is this. The 5-second chart on Medline.
Nice.
All right, well,
nice.
Leah, you could have let us know that a while ago, bro.
No, the reason I'm upset is
Yeah,
this.
that's
It actually
huge.
stopped out under 35 multiple times, and then when it went, it was kind of crazy. And my average price, I have 25s. Like I'm long here on this little dip when I started to see it hold, and then just put the stop back to 30. So I'm going to take a little bit more. See that move there? Like take a little bit more out as I see it sort of break down underneath that support level. And if I see it get underneath like 35 and a quarter, I'll be out. So I'm just kind of like using the 5-second chart to find little support and resistance. At this point, I almost feel like it either breaks 36 or it doesn't. So hopefully it can break 36. But the frustrating thing about it is the initial opening print, which usually will always take more shares on the initial opening print. It stopped you out multiple times. So like the ability to hold
I got stopped out once, and then I basically just punched right back in. So it breaks. Like we get long, it goes up. Like that first print, you had no chance of getting that. I don't think so, anyways. And then all of a sudden it breaks, and I get stopped out at 90. I got stopped out at 01. So for me, it didn't even really break, but I guess it does break. And then as soon as I saw it hold, I just punched right back in to the point where it turned our frown upside down. Needless to say there today, as we're still holding. Nice. So I've right now only got 20% of what I have left. So it's a big trade today for MDLN. So pretty happy with that performance. So we're cooking now.
Very good, Katina, man. Guys, come on, man. We've been putting a bunch of energy on for you guys. There's only 451 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get into the chat. Or get into the stream right there. Hit the like button. Let the algorithm know. No, Ram's hitting the fail. You should fail. She's putting the fail on the 451 likes, guys. Hit the like button. Let the algorithm know you like what you're watching. Wow, that was quick, Joey. 100 likes just like that.
Just like that.
I appreciate you guys, man. We all appreciate that.
Man.
Oh, 637, Joey. We really appreciate you guys.
What do we got? 5,000? Yeah, we need to get that to 1,000. 20%, guys.
We appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
just hit the like button. You know, obviously it helps with the algorithm. Everything's algorithmic these days, man. Guys, we're doing it live as well on RXRX. We got a good trade cooking here, Joey. Dang. We got 86s on. Here comes 5s. I'm waiting at 99, so RXRX looking real good. 18 3/4, 18 2/3. Not a bad look there. We're going to continue with keeping an eye here on MDLN. Joey, I don't think this one's done. Right back into 36 it goes. There is a seller, though, a big seller at 36. Run for your life, bro. They're coming for you. Get it, Katina, man. Good hold there, Katina, man. There's a new intraday high. There it is, baby. 36.50. This one's really going. The buying is in the street. There's a 35 buyer. That 36 seller got decimated. I told him to run for his life. He didn't listen. Now we get an impossible opportunity here. He doesn't listen, Katina, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell him. I tried to warn him. Now, Joey, as we get a little bit closer into 36, you're going to find your boy punching in over here. And then if it loses 36, I'm going to get out. It's simple as that.
All right,
here comes 36. We want to hold here at 36. Now, we know there was a 36 seller.
Oh, there it
goes. Now,
goes.
can there be a 36 buyer?
There it goes again, baby.
Here we go, baby. This one is not done yet, up 25%. It was an outsized IPO. The opening or the IPO price for institutional buyers was towards the high end of the range. Oh, it flashed 35s there for a sec, super quick, and then rocketed right back up. So what I mean to tell you is, the reason Joseph, myself, the Katina man, Neil, everybody on the floor over here was so gung-ho with this IPO was for what we saw prior. You had an outsized IPO round. The IPO price was towards the top end of the range. The tap was constantly increasing as we watch this one into the open. What's it called? The paired volume, or sorry, the imbalance locator consistently showed, not always, consistently showed a buy-side imbalance. So these are the kind of things we try to gauge, you know, before making a decision whether we want to get in or not. Joey, 36 is giving it up here. We got a couple of topping tail candles. In fact, this 5-minute candle does not look good. Monster topping tail candle in the 36.50, losing 36 now, dropping into that 35.90. Looks like it bottomed out there at 82. Keep your eye on this one. I don't think it's done yet, but technical levels. Like if you're going to look to get in at 36 for a 36 hold, I don't think that that's the right idea right now, as we've seen zigging and zagging above whole dollar levels. Keep your eye out on this one.
Yeah, good stuff there. I mean, hey, man, I didn't make as much as I would like to, but that's irrelevant. We go from red to green once again, so we'll flip that one up. The boys have been having a fantastic day, and that's all that matters to me at the end of the day, as long as everyone else around me having a good one. I had to take a bite of my banana, all that excitement. It's going again, guys. It might break this 36.50 level. If only we could play music on this thing. Listen, I got this new song that's my favorite. I'll tell you it right now. Katina, man, I know you might like this song. It's literally called like "It Goes Like" by Penny Goo. That's my track.
Penny Hardaway?
Pardon me?
By Penny Hardaway?
No, but it's Penny Goo, I think.
You know what I heard? 21 Savage has a new song out, a new album out, and his new song is good. Yeah, it's called with Drake, but you won't if you don't like Drake. But it's called Mr. Recoup. You should definitely listen to it. It is.
What is this? The sequel to Mr. Right Now? Like what? This name?
No, it's good though. It's good. And the thing about Drake is, last year,
21, yeah,
he streamed 17.6 billion streams last year. Right there. Okay, here we go. MDLN.
Tina, man.
Yeah, we're still long TQs as well. So here's MDLN, high of the day. We just took some out. We are getting lighter and lighter on this as it goes up. But Joe, this one is the one that's crack-a-lacking right now.
My boy.
It is our TQQ play that we've reloaded numerous times, my boy. So it's been a nice move there, higher on this. Let's see if it gets going. But yeah, MDLN, finally, this is what the lunch looks like right now. We haven't even opened it yet.
Haven't even opened the
Nah, man, we were waiting.
No, I can't wait.
Neil can't wait.
But here's my beef.
It was chicken.
Okay, but look at this tortilla, all right? This is
little minis.
It's too small. What are we talking? Look at the serving size.
There it goes. There it goes.
And 36. It's going 37s.
There it goes.
Going 37s, baby. Let's go.
Boat right now.
Yeah. We had the. Oh, there it is. This thing is skyrocketing. Yeah, nice move, Katina, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, I was just going to say, it's just frustrating because, like, we saw it hold the IPO price. Like, it faked out. It broke for not even. Thankfully, we punched back in. I think we all did. And then boom to the upside. I'm upset because we have that 10% left. That's all. Like, we should have had a hell of a lot more. Joe, you know what kind of shares we were putting on there. It was enough to pay for many things. And right now, it'll still be a good Christmas, but at the end of the day, it's too bad. But, you know, you trade what's in front of you. And I'm just going to say, like, it looked like 36 was going to be a little bit of an issue. And if you had asked me when it opened,
it's going
37.
What?
If you had asked me when it opened and what it did in the first 5 minutes, if I would take 36s, I'd say yes. So the fact that it's at 37 now, sure, we put a couple G's outside right now because we don't have the shares. Like, we lose on that, but we still made enough to have a good little call here. So yeah, good play there. Going to call the wife, eat some lunch, and be back for 2 p.m. as we'll talk more about this then. But hey, look, man, I'm just really proud that all four of us.
The iceberg.
There it goes. We're back in, Katina, man. We're back in, baby. There we go.
That is a monster.
Here we go.
Right
we got 36.90, Joey. 36.50 showing up. Seller at 50. There's a seller at 50, guys. Dropping back down into the mid 40s, looking for continuation. Anything below 37, I flatten out, guys. Here we go. Looking for that move into 37.75. There's a third of a dollar inching up slowly. How many shares do we have? Yeah, we can hold on a little bit over here. But looking for that move into the 3/4 of a dollar. I'm going to use my flatten keys. Again, anything below 37, there we go. We drop into 37. I'll flatten that out. I'll get back in though. Oh,
he'll get right back in, he said.
No. It's dropping into 37. We're going to keep an eye out on this one. We keep taking scalps, man. We took almost. Yeah, that was a decent winner there, man. We had 90s, we got out at 40s, not too bad. I'll take that 50 penny winner, not too bad.
Thanks.
MDLN, guys, it continues to give the stair step up, not bad. Let's look for that continuation now.
Might continue to
above the
squeeze,
$0.50, Joey.
This thing might go continuously higher.
It feels like it's going to continue to go.
Yeah, it honestly does, man. I'm going to get prepared some stuff here. And
you know what? You and I were talking off camera, and you had a bias, right?
Yeah.
You're like, look, guy, this is not.
There it goes, Sharif.
Yeah, man.
Again.
There's a seller at 44s again.
See, I'm just going to go because we were just right back. I mean, if we break through this high, this is a chase in my opinion, but we'll sit in this. If it breaks 37.20, we'll get out and hop right back in. I have no issues. But if we get any form of a pop here and punch through this high, then we're going to be rocking and rolling on this MDLN. So there's going to be a second entry. There it goes. There it goes again. All right, we'll take that. Oh, it
that
comes
seller
back.
at 50 is in trouble, though. It's going to pop up, man. That seller at 50 is in trouble.
I don't know. There was an aggressive rejection right there, Sharif. So I'm going to keep an eye out on that. We'll hold it for past 37s. And then that's it. Yeah, so that's getting a little bit aggressive to the downside. That's totally fine. I'm not crazy size or anything like that. We're about 5% of what I had on the actual opening. So not too bad whatsoever. Breaks 37s. We'll get out of that. We didn't get that break of that previous high, but it's a little bit of a chase up there, looking for that momentum play to continue. And we didn't get it just yet, but anything can happen on this IPO if it continues to climb higher.
There's a buyer at 9, guys. 37. There's 37 showing 37 buyer now. Let's see. There's a hidden buyer here at 37. We're unable to drop below it for the moment. There's a buyer at 37. Hidden order. There's nothing posted on the gateway. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye out on this one. Looking for continuation above 37. You're not immediately getting it as a selling coming in. Probably a lot of profit taking. 01's flashing now. And it keeps showing like it's going to show 36.99, but it doesn't quite make it down there as that hidden iceberg order continues to print. 99's just almost flashed again, but that buyer is posted at multiple gateways, and there's the drop back down now. Let's see if it reclaims 37. Not holding anything here. Keep continuing to watch, though. Very, very good strength on MDLN. MDLN on the day, 27% in Greensville. Where are the technical areas of support and resistance? Well, we can always look to that $0.50. That always seems to be a psychological area of support. But there was a few wicks here in the 40s. Here comes the $0.75 as this one drops down now below 37 to the tune of 25 pennies. Let's watch. Let's see. Let's let the price action develop. Pardon me. Let's let the price action develop and see where the buyers are going to step in, and if there's a specific area where the buyers and sellers, of course, are stepping in multiple times. Now, there's a buyer here at 75, but it's still not pumping up. So just because it's finding support at 75, it's not really getting anything in the way of support to move it back up. Take a look at the prints coming on the time and sales. They are blue, they are red, they are yellow, they are not green and orange. Green and orange will always be exuberant buying on my time and sales, but popping back off, Joey, into the third of a dollar, defending the $0.50 here. MDLN, very interesting play on the day, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this IPO launch. Probably the last of the year, the major one. There could be a couple of smaller IPOs here and there of the year. Of course, we'll be all looking forward, I know I will be, to the IPO of SpaceX. I think I might actually buy that and just hold it into in my account. Or like, that would be, for me, that would be like getting in
When we
Tesla.
thinking SpaceX IPO? 26, mid-26?
Yeah, if you believe some of the rumors. Nothing, of course, is guaranteed at all, but
that one is going to be insane. Insane. I'm going to be sitting on some powder for that one.
For drive, I'm actually hold that in my account.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that might not be something that I just trade, but I hold. And like he still owns 40% of the company, right? And so the question is, what people are speculating, does he get diluted because of the IPO, or is he going to insist on maintaining 40%? We've seen.
Maybe we take another stab here on.
Go ahead. I'm just going to keep talking about the Tesla IPO, or sorry, SpaceX IPO. And a lot of people are making the assumption that he won't want to get diluted so that he can maintain that aggressive positioning in the same way that he's trying to regain ownership interest in Tesla. He's down to 13% right now, but as we know, that new agreement, if it goes through, his new deal would push him up to likely 20. He's made it very clear he doesn't want to build a robot army. I don't want anyone building a robot army.
I do. You don't want the robot army?
I don't know. Anyway, he doesn't want to build a robot army, Joey, unless he has 20% of the company.
Hey,
That's what he
let's
said
go.
there. All right, Joey, here comes
There we go.
37 again,
We got right
baby.
back in, Sharif. Bang.
Let's hear it, man.
Yeah, let's go, man. So we're at 3660s, and then we get that pop up to 37s. We take a little bit out, just waiting for that to come into play. So yeah, a nice little move to the top side in MDLN. We're up 27.28% here. Let's see if we can make another push. There it is.
There's
Sharif.
37,
An
baby.
additional one up there. We like this. We like the looks of that. And there's another push. My boy, let's go.
Another one. Nice, Joey.
Dang, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Just like that, man. Some good stuff so far. Let's see if we can head towards the high of the day and climb higher up to 38 on MDLN. Risk off, so we have a little bit of breathing room right now. I still have 40% of the position. It took a couple attempts for us to get it rocking and rolling, but here we are, and we're ready to race.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Good job, Joey.
Here we go. Another pop to the top side there. The overall market's starting to come back in. I was thinking a potential short on NVDA, but why when we have this thing that's extremely volatile?
Oh.
Bang. There it is. Another pop.
There it is, Joey, into 37.50, my man.
This is what I'm talking about here. We gain what we just lost right back.
Good job,
as we're heading
bro.
towards the high of the day. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Adara.
Keep an eye here in PZZA, Papa John's International. This one moving a little bit here as Chief Corporate Affairs Officer Madeline Chadwick announces her departure from the company on LinkedIn. This was later confirmed by Papa John's itself. Now, why this is significant is because we know there have been a lot of buyout rumors swirling for PZZA in recent months. So PZZA on watch. We send you back to Sharif and Joe.
Thank you
Pizza,
very
I'm
much
hungry.
for that.
All this taco and pizza talk, I'm hungry. I haven't had pizza in a long time.
What's the food back there?
It's tacos today, brother.
Taco
Taco Wednesday.
Blasphemy, bro. You can bring tacos on Tuesday or don't bring them at all.
That's yeah.
No, I'll eat anything with protein, Joey. You know me, man.
Yeah, we eat anything.
Ram.
with that stuff.
What happened to that video? I shared it with you, Ram. Told me to share it with you. Oh, you got it? Fabian?
There he goes, Obi.
She's not here. Okay. Ob's here.
Yeah,
Well, of
I wanna
course,
hear what
Ob's
this
here.
guy
There's
is.
an IPO, so Ob's got to know all about it.
Ooh,
Shout out to my
pizza
man.
one.
Yeah, okay, so this is an interesting price action. We're a little bit consolidative now, Joey. We've been kind of dancing around 36.50 to 37.50, I want to say, for, about 10 minutes or so. Looks like the high there, 37.57. The low of this area, I want to say 36.53. So you are locked within a bit of a dollar range for the last 10 minutes or so. So be on the lookout for that. There comes 37 again.
Yeah.
Let's see, Joey, does it take out 37.50? And if it does, decisively, do you get in there for a squeeze into 40? 38, of course, first. Let's see if it can break out of this range, whether to the high side or to the downside. If it breaks out of the range, we can get back in and then use the whatever area of the range we're on as support or resistance. So I'm going to continue to watch this one and see what it has to offer. Separately, I'm taking prints here nicely on RXRX into the high of day of 501. We're still holding some sharage here. We got 86s on. We're also holding DDL, but this one has done bupkiss. Bupkiss, I tell you, for a while with the area low there in the 75. 75 gets me out of this trade. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. Ram said it's for... That's not true. That's not true. Ford and Rivian are the BlackBerry and Palm Pilot. I think you mean Palm Pilot. Palm Pocket PC of the mobile world competing against Tesla, the iPhone of mobile world. Both BlackBerry and Palm Pocket PC are dead. I think you mean Palm Pilot. TAC 9090. I get your point, but I don't think
Someone said giggity.
Giggity, yeah. That's why is it getting blocked?
That's yeah. Why we over here? We need the giggity.
Streamlabs is finicky.
Giggity.
Finicky here, Joey. Let's put
Oh,
MDLN.
what did Fabian
What's
say
it
to
doing?
me this morning? Muscusy from Euro Trip. Have you ever seen that movie Euro Trip?
I have. That's
Yeah,
a
with the
good
guy,
one.
that one scene when they're on the
classic.
train. Yeah, classic. He's like, oh,
classic.
Muscusy. Yeah.
Guys, here's what I'm seeing on the 5-minute chart on MDLN. So let's take a look at this. So we definitely have lower highs, but we also have higher lows on the 5. So if you were to get in, for example, right here at 36.87 or whatever, right? You could give it to current bar low, which is below 36.60, or you can give it to prior bar low, 36.50. It really is depending on you, but you need to exercise sound risk management skills so that you're not getting caught off guard. MDLN, we're going to throw that on the side so it can update. So we got a compression pattern happening here, but we got to get out of this range for me to get interested on this one because we're still stuck within this range. Ram, where's that video, bro? I shared it with you. I shared it with Ram.
Yeah,
all right, we're gonna take a little bit of a break now, and we're gonna send you to the big desk with the Derek.
Starving. I shouldn't say that.
But I hear on the market, starting to see comments from Fed's boss. He was supposed to start speaking around 12:30 p.m., but I believe this is the first comment I've seen on his speech. He's saying that even though it's a close call, right now inflation is more concerning than jobs. Now, why is this significant? Because we know that a lot of these Fed members in their speeches have been saying that concerns about job weakness have been the reason that they've opted for rate cuts. Well, if inflation is more of a concern, this could potentially lead to a little bit more hawkishness going forward. So again, we have Bostic saying that even though it's a close call, right now he's more concerned about inflation than he is about the job state. Back to you.
No, I always tell Selena, I'm like,
What do you tell?
she's always like, I'm starving. I'm like, trust me, you're not starving. You're just really hungry. All right.
What? Come on, bro.
You know what I mean? So when I say that, I'm like, I always catch myself because you're technically.
Where do you guys
not
end up
starving.
eating a lot?
At home, brother.
Yeah, you don't have like a go-to spot.
No,
that
we're at
likes to eat out at?
No, we're a cook. Hey man, we gotta stay in shape here, brother.
No, you're convinced.
Yeah,
me
we're
about
a cook at home type people. We go out once in a while. If it is, we'll get Batty Alleys or something like that.
Okay, how about this? Rather than a place,
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of food as a couple?
That's a
keeping
good
an eye
point.
here.
It would probably have to be pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, Batty Alleys.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah,
Pizza? I don't
yeah,
know.
Batty Alleys. Probably the top stuff right there.
I thought you were gonna tell me something exotic. You know, like
No,
I don't know.
she likes her
Ethiopian
Indian food.
or
No,
something like that. You know, I don't know.
do you like Ethiopian
well,
food?
I personally, I don't mind it. Just keeping an eye here on
Someone said
MDLN,
legs.
guys, because
Someone said
I want to see if
legs.
this breaks out through 50. If this goes through 50, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's still definitely stuck within a range, but it's towards the higher end of the range now.
Scott, I kind of disagree. I think it's significantly cheaper to eat clean at home because I think about it. You can get
I would
5.
agree with that.
Yeah, it's significantly cheaper. Like I can get 5 chicken breasts here at Farm Boy for $20, and I buy a bag of rice and a couple
Easily.
of vegetables, $30. If I was really doing, I can eat that for the whole week.
Okay.
Right, opposed to one meal. You go get a shawarma across the street, it's $20,
It's
$25.
easy. Yeah, no, I 100%
it's
agree with
significantly cheaper to eat at home.
I love cooking my own food too,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you know
I've always been like
right?
that. Like I've always liked to eat at home. So yeah, that's just how I always.
I respect that, man. That's nothing wrong with that. Are you a good cook though, Joey?
Yeah, I would like to think so. I think people. I'm good on the queue, right? I specialize
know
in
that.
barbecue.
That I knew.
Yeah, I'm
That
a
I
big
knew.
barbecue guy. Yeah, I would like to classify myself as a pretty good cook. I think like considering Sharif,
Yes, sir.
just when you're working out all the time, it's just best to start making your own meals. And I was doing that from a young age, and I guess you just progress over time, right?
Goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Goodness,
So
yes.
yeah, I would like to think.
Guys,
so.
we're still stuck in this range here. It's a compression pattern. You can see the lower highs and the higher lows. Prior bar low is 36.60. We're at 75 now. Look for a hold of prior bar low. We've held every single prior bar low since this thing IPO'd. This one might give it up. Here we go. We're showing 65.59. We just broke it momentarily.
Yeah, bro.
Let's see. Oh, no. Blood is in the streets, Joey.
Yeah.
It's heading
Obi-
down to 36.
Obi, did you avert that? This guy was here.
I know.
He's not here anymore.
Definitely looking at that reversion, but yeah, unless he's sitting down or a resting order. That was the hint there. That is the first prior bar low breach that we've got on the day since this thing opened, but it's being bought aggressively right now. Bouncing, current bar low, guys, 36.13. So it doesn't even make it down to 36, but keep your eye out on this one. Definitely some selling coming in now. It was a compression pattern, and I kept yelling compression pattern because I had lower highs but higher lows, and that's what I was keeping my eye on to see whether or not it was going to breach prior bar low. On the 5-minute chart, I negated to mention that, and it did breach it. And then once it breached it, we saw what happened. All hell broke loose to the downside. So keep your eye on this one and make sure you are practicing sound risk management skills or practices. So that's what we're doing. We're still holding DDL over here at 82. It's showing me 81s. I don't mind holding this because given this has had 3 bull flags form, this is the longest of the consolidation components of the bull flag. It hasn't given it up though. It hasn't even dropped to VWAP. So I got a bias that this one breaks into 3. Whether or not it does, that's kind of what we do trading for, right? We put risk on our, or the odds on our side. And I feel that DDL has the possibility to break into 3, and I've layered the orders there. So that's what I'm doing there.
Yeah, Nigerian jollof
yeah.
rice. I don't know if I'm saying it right, jollof rice. I wasn't like, it's okay. I don't love it, to be honest with you. It's all right. But yeah, I like to stick with the rice and peas and stuff like that. $20 for 5 chicken breasts is actually pretty cheap.
Not bad.
Person in the chat.
Yeah. What's really gotten expensive is meat.
Yeah, man.
Beef and veal.
I know I've asked you. Oh, there we go, Bing. There we go. We're ready to party.
Oh, here we go, baby. All right, so this is my PR, guys. It's a PR not in terms of weight, in terms of reps. I've never done 4 clean all the way down reps of 365 on the bar. So that is 3 45s and a 25 on each side for anybody who's counting there. So this is kind of my shtick. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Make sure that the weight shows up there, Joey. Everybody's got to audit the weight. Now, check out the range, though, my boy. Check out that range. There we go, and it's an easy move on the way up. This felt good. No, seriously, though. And what I've really been trying to focus on is activation
That's all you get,
through the glutes
seconds.
rather than activation through the quad. So I really try to make sure my glutes almost have, like, caught the weight on the way down. And once I feel that, it's kind of hard to explain, that hook, I initiate the movement from the glute rather than the quad, and that's really helped, especially on the knees. The pressure on the knees is a lot better.
The gluteus maximus.
Bro got traps on his toes, says Hinzi. No, I don't,
look
man.
Look at MDLN go right back up there.
MDLN is moving back up, Joey. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. Now, next, you know what you're going to see on the bar next?
What's that? 4 plates?
4 plates. We're going to put 4 on the bar.
All right, we got to get some.
We're going to go for a 2-banger on that.
Make sure you don't got those fake weights on.
Fake weights. Yes, Good Life has fake weights, Joey. I got fake red weights like the Good Life ones, and then I set them up.
Ramin is proud of you, by the way.
45 a plate. Thank you, Ram. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Nick Diaz, man. Yeah, hit the gym, baby. It's 2 a day now. So since we have changed our format on the show, we're going live, by the way, guys, at 8 a.m. So I don't do any of my 5 a.m. sessions anymore. Those have been kibosh because I have to be here super early to do the morning note. So now I'm doing my doubles, and it's actually turning into a better format. I'm doing a 45-minute strength workout at Good Life right down the road for basically 9:30. Well, I get there about 9:45 to about 10:30, and that is far better than waking up 5 in the morning with crust in your eyes, hating life, and not wanting to work out. So that has certainly helped the routine, and I'm kind of happy.
Nothing wrong with a little crust work.
I hate it, bro. I can't get behind. I did it for almost a year. I hate it. I hate.
I like it in the summer. I think it's significantly easier in the summertime than it is in the wintertime.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Because of the early sun, right? Yeah, I completely agree with that. Do them live on stream, says Machiavelli. Yeah, you bring all the weights. You carry all the weights over here, and I'll do them.
We just bring the stream to you, my boy.
That's funny. Bovin, Sharif, MDNX, and INO moving into higher days. Let's see what the OG Bovin's talking about. Bring me a chart over here. Guys, we're still accumulating here, Joey. This looks like it was a bull trap, eh? A bear trap. It got everybody down into 36.12, and look what we're doing. We're moving right back up. This is MDLN, by the way. So we're still right back into 37s with that 37.25 now acting as resistance. But let's see what the OG Bovin is referring to there. Where's his message? Come on, I lost his message. That's no good. All right, Bovin, where is his name? There it is, MNDX. Let's take a look. MDNX, yeah, do your thing, Joe. MDNX, let's take a look. That's not working, Bovin. So MDNX is not a ticker, MDNX. It's not, let's see the one that you talked about there. The next one, INO, Inovio Pharmaceuticals, that one I know. That's a former runner, up 13%, 12.93, not bad. 265 seller, holding generally here the trend of higher lows and higher highs. Yeah, I could be persuaded to get back in. What I want to see though, Bovin, does it test that 20 EMA on the 5 like it did last time into two high 50s? So INO, certainly not a bad looker. Definitely keep an eye out for that. We're going to throw it onto the side chart. We're going to take off IMG. Bovin, tag me with the other one. MGNX, he says. MGNX. Let's take a look at that one. GNX. Let's see. That is a rocket ship. Good call, Bovin, up 12 and a fifth. But this one moving later in the day, really only catching a bid there, breaking out through a $1.44, a $1.42, which was the implied balance. That's not even the implied balance high, man. Yeah, that is implied balance high. Excuse me, $1.42 now up to 143. I like 148 as possible support. Otherwise, you're looking for that implied balance high at around a $1.43 to get tested again. That's MGNX. That's the ticker there. We'll keep an eye out on that. I'm still in DDL as this one is still holding that 75 penny, 80 penny area. I've layered all my orders. So if this one does get a price spike up, I get filled even if I'm not looking at the screen. And then we're still holding RXRX, guys. We're holding through for a break of 5. It's been accumulating here into 99s for a while now. The high of the day is exactly 501. We've been unable to breach that. So we're going to keep an eye out on this one as well. I don't mind continuing to hold here on RXRX. We have 86s, so that gives me a bit of room. But we have been talking, of course, all about MDLN, the new IPO on the day, up almost 28%, 27.5%. Still zigging and zagging here, a little above 37, a little bit below 37, but the range has tightened up. It feels like it's no longer a 37.50 range. It's more of a 37.25, 37.25 range. And you've been seeing all the closing prints, wick or otherwise, reject off that $0.25. So the question I have for myself is, do you get long after the $0.25 break, which we're about to get to right now, or do you still wait for that $0.50 break? Because that is the ultimate high of the day. And we saw multiple rejections off 37.50 earlier. So even if you get above a $0.25, you're still going to be dealing with that $0.50 seller. Here we are. Now we're moving into that $0.25 area. I saw a couple of prints above it, but right back down we go. As soon as we touch that $0.25, the selling comes in and down we go into 37. So MDNL is not done, brother. MDLN is not done. It's continuing to range into that $0.25, Joey, as I was just mentioning to the chat, and it still has that 50 seller as well. Now it's got a $0.25 seller and a 50 penny seller here on MDNL. I might get back into this one, man. It's putting in higher lows,
I'm honestly thinking about the exact same thing, to be honest with you, man.
It's just the selling here. It's a staunchy seller at 25, a staunchy seller at 50, Joey, even though it is putting in higher lows, looking very flat top breakish.
Yeah.
You got to get it at the right price. And then you also have to deal with that candle, the one that closed at 120, where it had a high. The high of that candle, Joey, was 37.24. The low was 36.13. That's over $1 worth of range on one candle. So be on the lookout there. What else you got?
No, it literally comes into the price. The bid hits it at 50.10, and then it just bounces right off. It doesn't even give me a fill. And I'm like, I got some good shares, almost as much as I had on the MDLN trade. I'm looking for this move right here, and it just keeps bouncing off of this level. I'm going to be a little bit more patient. Don't want to get frustrated. Also, don't want the momentum to get too aggressive because I'm only giving this 10 cents, right? I have no issues with that, but we're printing 13s. Okay, we touched 12s on the bid. We touched 12s. Come on, give us 11s. I'm surprised. There we go. Bang, bang. We're going to catch the fill. I'm going to pull it up over here. There it is. All right, so now we are long the TQs, guys, at 50 10s, and we're only giving it to 50. If the market wants to head lower, then Amazon's selling, so that's not a good sign. I'm going to take a profit target. I'm trying to get 50 20s. We're only giving this 10 cents of risk right now, and it's not looking too good. All right, we'll take it. MDLN still hovering around this, forming somewhat of a bull flag, I'm thinking here, guys. So be prepared that there might be an additional leg higher in this name. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Let's head over to TQs, as this has been working for us. I wanted an earlier fill on this one, Once again, we're only risking 10 cents on this. I'm in on full size, full disclosure. So 50, we're at a dodge on this. We'll keep that relatively tight to see if we can get a bounce up into 50, 20s. That's going to be primary target. Any form of a move higher in Tesla, NVDA, silver. All right, there we go. We'll take it. Come on. Yeah, you can do it.
I'm back in with you. I got 5.
I'm not in MD.
Oh,
I'm in. Okay, you're in. Okay,
off
nice.
37.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so sorry, 50/20s is my 1-to-1. That's 10 cents each way. So we're gonna wait and hold off until we get to that specific level. But MDLN looking pretty good, Sharif. Bull flagging. What do you got on that? 37.05.
Yeah. Seller at 25 again, Joe.
Yeah, big time. So you might get this move here. If it breaks up, it might pop
seller.
aggressively. There it is. There it is, Sharif. It's coming.
Nah, man, that seller at 25 is a bugger. We can't shake him. It's a monster seller at 25. Here we go. We're showing 24s now, so that's selling aggressive. There it goes, Joe.
There it is.
Boom! Into the high, baby. Boom.
Boy, yeah,
very
like
happy
that,
with
man.
this trade, man. There we go.
one.
Into the high on MDLN, man. We took out 50s there.
go.
We took out 50 pennies, quick as you like. Let's see now. Does it clear 50, Joey? That's what I want to see. Now it's a 51 high of day. Let's see if it clears 50. If it clears 50, we can use 50, 37.50, as that area of support, but it's got to clear it first and clear it decisively.
All right.
I'm not talking about a 1 penny wick like we just got, 37.51 now. That is the official high day, but that's not, that's not what we're looking for here. So here's 50 again, Joe. This one is not done yet. The higher lows are operative here. You can feel that. The higher lows mean that the buyers are picking it up at higher and higher prices on every successive drop. So we're consolidating at that 50 area like we were before. Let's keep an eye out on this one. I think this has more to give, man.
No, why you? Tesla's really itching the bed right now, heading lower, man. Not too good of a look, and Amazon bleeding as well too. Word long the TQs. If these big boys don't get any form of a pop, we're not asking for much. We want to take some off out of
I love when you say that.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, it is what it is. But these big boys are weak. There's been no buying really in Tesla, just more or less a breath here and there. So yeah, I think we're in at the right place. It's not looking good. You do have that bear flag being formed, guys. And if this bottom brings out, watch out for that additional leg lower. Anything south of that, we can look for an additional, some more additional indecision prints in that specific level. But other than that, let's see if we can get that, Sharif. We're still holding up around 37.30s on MDLN. That's pretty good. You had 05, so you caught 50 cents just like that pretty quick.
Good.
So nice work on that front, brother. Let's go. Someone start buying this stuff up. Amazon, you can do it. NVDA, if there's faith in any ticker, it's you to start to climb higher. It's you. You are the chosen one, Mr. Jensen and Company. Let's see if we can get this bounce in TQs, guys.
I like it. I'm still out of MDLN. We took that 50 penny move from 37.05, almost 50 penny, 45 into 37.5 again. We're gonna look for more, man. I'm looking now for a decisive clearing of 37.50 and a move past that level. That will get me back into the trade. That doesn't mean it's gonna be clean. We already saw what this one has to offer in terms of bamboozlement. Katina Man is continuing to go, higher lows, Katina Man, that's what I'm seeing. The Katina Man is still long on MDLN. This is very possible that this can happen to us. Look at this candle here at 120. You get into that 37.25, you're like, okay, yeah, we're consolidating, everything's fine. And then this happens, 36.14. That's $1 drop, more than $1 drop. And I don't know if, somebody can stomach that in terms of risk management, but we are continuing here to work our way up into 50, Joey. Look at the selling at 50. Man. Come in here. Aggressive selling at 50, and there's more size coming onto the gateway. It feels like, though, that huge seller at $50 may get run through here. Let's see as this one starts accumulating at the $0.50, looking to take it out. Not immediately apparent whether that's going to get taken out or not. Not as much size, though, coming in at 50. Let's watch for continuation here above the $0.50 and a price spike up maybe 37.75, 37.80. Look for the drop back down to test the $0.50 and to see what it does there. We're still selling here at 50, guys. There's no Print coming above 50. I'm keeping my eye even on the mid prints, not quite yet. That 50 seller still holding us down. There it goes,
There it
Joe.
goes, Sharif.
There's
Nice
a
pop
new
to the
high a
top.
day into
Let's
67.
go, brother.
Good look now. Let's see if it wants to test that 50 penny area again, or whether now we've got a bit of a blue sky setup into $40. There's a seller at 64. The spread is now 1 penny. It was 63 on the bid, 64 on the ask. Can we see a little bit more here, Joe? Are you involved?
No. I'm in TQs. We just hit our 1-to-1. I took 10% off of that one. You can continue, or it doesn't even matter. Let's go. Nice pop up there. 37s. You're back in, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You're not back in.
I'm looking for a dip. There we go. 50.
Yeah,
There's a buyer
let's
at 50.
get this done here, man. This is an absolute monster of a day. The energy is here. All right, new traders. Listen up, first month free, that's right, we're waiving fees, trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite, analyze, strategize, capitalize. Our platform, it's everything. Infinite data, instant trading, lightning fast, insights, game-changing charts, predict with back testing, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform, ready to elevate your trading. Execute your best trades now. Click the link in the description. All right, I got to get out of this trade, man. Yeah, it's crazy, but no, I just lost on it. Like,
sorry, bro. Yeah, well,
I gotta
Assassino,
man.
for me. Okay, so here we go, guys. We lost the 37.50. We lost 37.50 on this one. It is dropping back down. So here we go. A current bar low. Current bar low, 37.12. So it's defended 37.
Right,
In addition, it is higher lows and higher highs on these candles. We still haven't breached prior bar low. Seller at 50 again. He's a staunchy little bugger. He's trying to ruin everybody's long party here on this new IPO. But there he gets taken out. Now, can we actually use 50 as support? We haven't been able to use 50 as support. It's been breaching it. You guys saw it just dropped into the 20s, and it's dropping again into the 40s. Let's see what this one does. That's why I didn't want to punch in, man. I just didn't like what I saw. Usually you get an aggressive move into 38 or something like that. Then it'll come back in, maybe test the 50s. We didn't get that. We got 37.74, Katina, man. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on right now. MDLN up 28%. Woo. It's been a day.
Yeah, it has been, man.
It's been a day.
Yeah. Joey Prince and Joey Reeds, I know, man.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is, man.
That's how it is, yeah.
Yeah, well, he was trying to trade, Ryan. Come on, you know that, right?
Legit.
I mean, he's trying to punch into positions where you're.
I was in, man. I was in.
I know you were, man. I know you were. All right, guys, let's look at a little bit of a market context over here. We've been talking a lot of IPO. What I really want to point out to everybody here is the blood that we are seeing in the semiconductors microchip space. It has been a very, very bad day with the likes of ARM down 6 1/3, AMD 4 1/3, AVGO 5 1/3. You got NVIDIA almost 3 1/4 right now. ASML down 5%. For the name, Micron also down 3%. This one does report after the bell. You've also got Lam Research almost 5% in negative territory. Looks like those are the biggest losers on the day. All the other ones are like 2 or 3%, but it has been a very, very bad day in the world of semiconductors, microcaps, likely as we unwind some of the AI trade, at least locally. PDD also down here 4%, just looking at some of the Chinese ADRs. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of a buy on the Chinese ADRs as well. Bitcoin, Joey, down again into 86, down almost 1.5. ETH really taking it on the chin. 3 3/4 down, well below now 3,000 into 2837. Let's see the military names as well. Defense sector. Not too bad there. How are the memes? We got GameStop up 2 1/3 as Michael Burry now. He wants to be the new Roaring Kitty? Like, what the hell is going on? The Burman, he was supposed to drop that research note on Sunday, said he got busy, couldn't do it. I think he dropped it a couple of days later. Anyway, GameStop up 2 1/3. Not the same thing for AMC. They are not the same company. Of course, same fundamentals. How we doing here? Cybersecurity also getting crushed. Looks Pandubs down 0.8. CrowdStrike down 2.5. Zscaler down 1. Your boy there, Benioff and Company, up 2% for CRM.
Yeah. Watch over Benioff and crew there, Shree.
Benioff and crew.
So I think obviously Agent Force has potential to get. That's what it's called.
The other thing I wanted to point out, Joey, if you're looking for strength in the market, You can look at weed.
Where are we looking?
MSOX, 12.84%. MSOS, of course, not the leverage ETF, up 6.5%. You got the likes of Tilray down, though, bucking the overall trend there, down 7.4% for Tilray. Biotech names, for whatever reason, Moderna's running up 2 1/3, maybe kind of just bucking the trend there. Reddit up 3 3/4. Good day for Reddit today on the name. Snapchat as well, Joey. I know you were looking at that, 4.5% in greens. No, that was who was that?
Katina Man.
Katina Man, that's right. He's been talking about that. 4.5% in Greensville for Snapchat. CSIQ Canadian Solar also up 4%. Good strength there. Yeah, it's been mostly a red day there in the market. That's why I want to point out some of the names.
You see the additional, look at this volume step in here, Sharif.
Volume.
Yeah, volume here. See, look at this. Look at this step in on the lower time frames on the TQs and on the SPY.
What do you make of that?
I mean, it could be multiple things here. We did crack and we put in a new leg lower, so maybe this might be it. Maybe we halt a little, or not halt, but this could be classified as stopping volume as we are south of a key support level. You had that momentum to the downside, and then now you're starting to get that buying pressure step right back in. I think it was led by a couple names, and that's going to be Amazon and Tesla. Flushes to the downside as the momentum is still continuing here in TSLA. We got no participation to the top side, especially after what we've seen on yesterday's session. I'm a little surprised by that, but come tomorrow, maybe we can get that solid move back up there. Sharif.
All right, man, I like it. I'm still holding here DDL at 82s on break even. I've got a bias that this one trends to the high side. You don't have an aggressive move like that and then consolidate for 2 hours and then drop in the more liquid part of the day. That's my bias. I could be wrong, of course, but DDL continuing to trade sideways after having multiple stair-step up, bull flag patterns. So we'll see what this one has to offer. But if you are a small cap gapper trader like myself, INO, above and special, continues to trend higher. Beautiful breakout there for INO into the high of the day, 271. This one, though, is suffering from the same affliction that, plagues a lot of these small cap gappers, is they have great chart patterns, but the volume is not really there to support it. So volume, of course, relative given to the price. This one has 2.85 million shares on the day, and it's at $2.71. So that's a little bit light, but when we take a look at the spread, it is a 1 penny spread, so we're not having to deal with a wider spread and the illiquidity that comes with that. So INO at the day high. I should mention to you guys that a good buy area, if this one pulls back, is at 265. Ooh. You had a rejection initially at 265, and then you got a consolidation area top at 265, and then you got the breakout into 71. In addition to that, the 10 moving average on the 5 is also showing 265. So that could be a nice area of support. The bedhead guy.
What's he saying?
Sharif, I traded the Asian session. Glad I stayed out of this madness. LOL, Asia is a lot less stressful, that's what I hear, brother, than New York these days. Feels good already, have made my money and not forcing trades in the NYC. Look, I love what you have to say, but it's gonna lead me to this segue. Okay. And the segue is, we know that the Nasdaq is looking at going 24.5, right? We know that for a fact. Let's talk about this SSE. We're going to show them here what's going on. We haven't done the news segment. We probably won't, but we're going to take this opportunity to look at this. The Nasdaq plans to file with the SEC to allow nearly 24-hour trading, expanding to 23 hours per weekday if approved. What? I thought you were talking to me. The proposal would split trading into a day session from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then followed by a 1-hour pause and then a night session, 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So you needn't trade on Blue Ocean. You're going to be able to trade on the Nasdaq gateway, which is a lot better for liquidity and for fees, mind you. If regulators sign off, Joey, the new structure would not launch until the second half of 26, giving, of course, the markets time to adopt. Now, there are critics of this. Critics argue the move risks thinner liquidity, sharper overnight price swings, and greater market instability. And then the concern is that extended trading hours doesn't create new liquidity, but instead it spreads the same liquidity over a bigger period of time, which creates volume thinning during the more liquid time of the day where people are up. But there's also the kind of the look there that, yo, these people need time to, do their institutional things at the corporate level to be able to meet and to, make announcements and stuff like that. And if there's 23-hour, 5 days a week trading, that could affect, some of the release scheduling of some of these headlines. So that's what people are saying there. But we already know that Robinhood already offers you near 24-hour trading on a lot of names.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here, Blue Ocean is as good as almost anything. If your broker allows you to trade it, then it doesn't matter at this point. You can trade in the post. We're pretty much already at that if you think about it. Monday to Thursday. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, we're pretty much almost at that point, especially if your broker allows it to you. And I'm going to add this point.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I think I like the less liquidity. I like less participants. Why? Because that's less individual biases stepping into the market, causing more fluctuating price action. Blue Ocean PA is significantly cleaner. Why? Because there's less participants. I don't think it's going to change anything substantially. Like if you're trading still the Teslas, the Apples, and everything, it's not going to change drastically, in my opinion. But with other names, it might, and you might see some cleaner PA. Less participants, I think, is good, especially in extremely high float, high liquid assets.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Let's see what's
Blue Ocean is great, honestly. I love trading.
The
Blue
fees
Ocean.
are higher though, Joey.
They're
right?
a little bit higher, but you can stomach that.
There is illiquidity.
Yeah. It's not tight all the time, right? It's not tight all the time, and it's not liquid through the whole duration of it, right? It's usually the first couple hours is when you have the ability to do so. But when you pick a direction, you find a direction, it typically trades within that. And if there's reversal signals, you can identify them, and you can trade based off of that as well.
It's not bamboozling. Okay,
no, not overly. I mean, the more illiquid you get, obviously you're at risk of larger participants stepping in and gapping you up, gapping you down from a Blue Ocean standpoint, but I like it.
Roland Joe, institutions still won't trade late nights though, Sharif, or will there be, I'm assuming you mean there be overnight trading for institutions? Hard to tell, but you gotta assume, right, if there is a certain, let's just say a pension fund that wants to accumulate a position, I'm just gonna throw any name out there, Netflix, okay? And there is a very advantageous price overnight, why wouldn't they be accumulating at a more advantageous price than the one that they had during the day? So I don't see the logic, unless there is a technical reason why institutions don't trade through algorithms, of course, not with traders there at night. I don't see the reason why. I'd love to hear somebody else's opinion though, because I'm just spitballing here, nothing that I know for certain.
And Ichiro was saying, so I forget
let's hear it.
Exactly how. So he's like, what about options? So I'm pretty sure that options are looking to start to open around 7:30 or 8 a.m. and then there's going to be a 10-minute grace period before the open, and then run until 5 o'clock. Because right now, the fact that you can't open or close a contract in the pre-market, I think is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, the options thing really needs to improve.
They need to improve.
Yeah, I agree with
big
that.
Time. There's
That's
zero
CME though,
reason.
right? That's
Yeah.
So
there's zero reason. Like, I mean, there's obviously little tricks of the trade that you can do to lock in profit, and I talk about this all the time, whether you're trading earnings or in the pre or post market, you can just sell or buy shares against whatever direction your option contract is in, but you also need the buying power to do
Fair?
so.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, of course.
Right? Like if you're like, hey, I want to trade this name earnings, but I want to go the options route, you buy it before the close, you get the pop that you're looking for, there's nothing you can really do, but what you can do is sell shares at that specific level, and then it locks that price in.
Oh, that's not a bad idea at all.
Or if you're going the opposite, buy shares, and then essentially it locks you in at that price, so then come the open, you just close both of the positions simultaneously.
Understood.
Yeah.
Potter's World 86, regular day traders will win in 23-hour trading. Business will not trade in that time slot. Why do you feel that way though? But I mean, I respect your opinion, but tell me why you feel that businesses or institutions, to use the other term, why they won't allow their algorithms to trade overnight if there is, a desire for them to accumulate a position in a certain stock, and you're getting beneficial prices at night, better than you got during the day. I'm just giving you any hypothetical scenario. What would keep them out of that is what I'm trying to ask there. Jose Fino Fiera, it won't be the manager placing a big trade at 2 a.m., for example. No, for certainly not. But we know that most of the institutional trades and accumulations of positions are done through algorithmic trading. At least that's my understanding. Of course, there is still, regular people behind that. UNS 33G. They tank the market at night. It can swing both ways. I realize that. But now, if there was going to be 23-hour trading, other than the illiquidity, what will force the market to go down at night? Like, what is inherent in 23/5 trading that's going to force it down? That's kind of what I'm asking in the chat. So tag me. The bedhead guy goes on to say, you also got to take into consideration that European and Asian institutions will trade during their day hours.
That is a valid
accurate.
point. Yes, exactly. So what you may lose from the American side, you can gain from the Eastern side of the world. So that is a very valid point. I like that.
Great question, Ichiro. Now I love this. Will circuit breakers stay in effect at night? We need to find that out.
That's a key. Obviously, this is some of the things that need to be ironed out. Like, are we going to have those halts?
Here's the deal. I'm making an inference.
Yeah.
Based on what we're currently doing right now, which is 4 a.m. to 9:30.
Yep.
And those are regular exchanges. We're not on Blue Ocean. And then 4 to 8. There's no volatility halts.
Yeah.
There are none.
There's no,
right?
there's none of those halts, man.
If they continue with that, then no, Ichiro. But we'll have to find out. That's a great question, man.
Very good question.
Fantastic. Jose Fino Fiera. The key thing y'all are missing is they do trade at every time if there is a trade to be placed. It's not the manager placing the bet, or the trader on the floor is. Again, I'm going to keep going back to the same thing though, right? If there is an algorithm that wants to accumulate a position on a certain stock, what is restricting it in terms of timing other than, a disadvantageous price? But if the advantageous price is there, 23.5, then why not execute on it? Again, that's just my little 2 cents there, but we'll have to see what it does. But an interesting story from the Nasdaq. We already know the NYSE wants to do it. They've already been talking about that. So I think more people are interested in the Nasdaq now with most big names listed on the
bigger
Nasdaq.
names on there.
Of course.
All the fugaziness that comes with
I'm not going to mind it. What I want to see is if the brokerages start charging you more.
Probably.
Number one, for filling. And number two, whether to get data overnight.
Yeah.
Like,
boom, there you go.
There's
more. You can bring in more revenue from.
You can bring in more revenue for the brokerages,
from the
right?
brokerages, which is so buy IBKR, man.
There you
don't
go.
Do that. Don't listen to what I just said there.
Joey, we're still putting in higher lows on MDLN. The trade is not over. In fact, we just got into the all-time high, 37.90. This one is not done yet. The higher lows are what's operative here, guys. It feels like it was a bit of a bull flag between 36.50 to 37.50. It feels like we have cleared that 37.50 and we are on our way to 38. Realistically, given how this one is trading, when all is said and done, we could see a 40 print by the time the closing bell comes around, which is about 2 hours and 5 minutes from now, man. So MDLN, new IPO, and it's doing real well, man. Can't complain about this one at all. We had prints all the way into about 36.5. Now it's about to take out 38, or feels like it anyway. So we're gonna keep an eye out on that.
I think like Ichiro, he's saying, it's awesome. I think both Sharif and I will agree on that. I've had it for 5 years now, a little bit more than that. I don't think the fees are that bad. You pay a $50 a ticket or something like that.
It's not the best. It's not like free, what's it called?
No, but you
New high day. 38, Joey.
Yeah, you do get, in my opinion, you get the execution is flawless on that thing.
Yeah, I have no complaints with execution.
Ever.
No.
I've never, see, the thing is though, when I was trading at home and I was using a different combination, IBKR connected to a different platform.
Oh, yeah.
I never, ever, when I clicked that button to buy, every single time I got what
you got what
every single time. There was no questioning it. Every single time, and that's what I really liked it.
Guys, MDLN is churning a whole lot of shares at $38, dropping now, $37.97. It's done almost 50 million shares, 46.93 million. It feels like we are on the way to breaking $38. In fact, I'm seeing here on my side charts that the high of the day is $38.01. So there was a measly print that printed above $38, at least very momentarily, but it seems to me like it is more like 38. That's obviously with resistance here. Here come the buyers, though. There was a lot of orange and a lot of green on the time and sales there, flashing like it was about to clear 38.01. Here we go. Can we get a breakout? We're going to get back in. New high of day, 38.09. Here we go
back in,
again.
eh?
No, I'm not. The IPO continues to move up, guys, and the spread is reasonable. Right now, 7 pennies. I've seen it as tight as 1, but 38 not giving up its secrets quite yet, Joey. Dropping below 38 again as the spread does open up a little bit, up 31%. But the higher lows, keep your eye out on that. And quite frankly, if you've been getting in with the strategy of taking out at prior bar low, you have not been stopped out, at least not since the breakout or that the 140 candle. It's been holding up at higher lows quite well. There's another high of day, 38.23. It continues to go here, guys. As we wind down the show, we're about to send you to the Katina Man and Neil, who are getting all locked and loaded. I'm going to move up to the big desk, and then we'll do the afternoon rundown, where I'm hoping that there will have been a lot of votes, Assassino, for MDLN. Let's take a quick look there at the what's it called? What is this thing again? What do we call this
stock
thing?
visualizer.
Stock visualizer, thank you. MDLN is not on there, guys, so get into the chat right now. Vote for your favorite tickers. MDLN coming in there. Tesla's by a mile leading the way with 131 votes. Second is Netflix. Third is NVIDIA.
What a disaster on Tesla today.
Disaster. Down 4.4%. Get into the chat, guys, and vote for your favorite tickers. We have MDLN. This one will make it on to the rundown, but let's get that above Netflix. Why is Netflix at 63? You know, Netflix is up 0.8%. Let's go. Let's go with the big one here. MDLN up over 30%. Get into the chat, but make sure to throw in the $, Joey. Otherwise, your ticker will not register.
Absolutely. All right, we're in some Tesla right off of those lows, 21 bucks on TSLL. Let's see if we can get this thing going, man. It's been bleeding all day. We can't bandage this wound right now on this thing, and there's no bounce whatsoever. So, I mean, maybe this is the opportunity where we're not, or the time that we're not really putting probability in our favor. But considering we've been selling aggressively throughout the day, the volume was increasing. We're in at 20. We're out at 2090s. If it comes against us, which is looking like it's going to pretty quick, we went full size on that one.
Full size?
Yeah, of course, man. So let's see if we can rock and roll here on TSLL. We're right out at 2090s. If we can get to 2120s, that would be absolutely fantastic. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. This Tesla has just given back all of its gains from yesterday. So whatever happened yesterday, essentially irrelevant on today's session. But guys, we are coming to a close with only 20 seconds left.
Yo, there's beef
show with
Tyson Fury and AJ.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury
Well,
says
they should
you're
have
a
fought.
classless loser, and he blasts AJ. There's a video going around right now, and he's got his kids.
But Tyson was saying
Anthony
he was
Joshua
retired.
talking about what? He's killed somebody in the boxing ring. What's going on with that?
Yeah, get out of here,
Can't wait for
Tyson
that
Fury,
fight, man.
man.
Friday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an absolute great time. I respect Jake to the fullest. If AJ doesn't knock him out, then I don't know really what else to say, because there's no questioning that he should get knocked out. It's just the reality of boxing. And then we got Cobra Tate versus Chase Demore on Saturday.
And there's like a elite.
Guy, if anybody needs to win this weekend, it's Cobra himself. So
That's UFC?
Cobra Tate is Andrew Tate. He just calls
Oh, you call it? Oh, yeah. What is that fight? Is that Saturday?
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Okay, that's going to be really.
Yeah.
He better win.
Yeah,
Because if he doesn't win,
he has no
calling
option.
himself top G
You
is
have
kinda
no,
not
no option.
Yeah.
It's either win or he will probably be, again, a lot of people don't like him, but he will be the most roasted individual on the internet.
God, yeah.
Like,
he better get off Twitter.
yeah,
or
yeah,
X,
like
I
you
mean,
better
yeah.
get off real quick.
All right,
there
guys.
goes Tesla, an additional leg lower. That one didn't work out. No bounce in Tesla today, guys. A tough look on this name, that's for sure. But I hope everyone has a fantastic day. You can see what the big boys were up to throughout the midday. Send it over to them.